species there were.
So it's like, I think that we're calling about one weird thing, and then he brings up a whole different weird path to go on.
Uncle Leslie, it's just a Pandora's box of weird.
Now I think Omar's onto something when he says we should have that guy on every day.
It's just a bunch of people getting together, having a good time.
Klein, Ali, show.
It sounds innocent.
KROQ.
But America's youth are rebelling in a new and dangerous way.
World Famous KROQ. 96.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Oh, hell yeah. Welcome to the Frequent on a Thursday morning. Here we are together again on KROQ. Thanks for starting your day right here with us, or potentially ending your day if you're working graveyard shift. We are Klein, Alley Show. Pleasure to meet you, new listeners. Welcome back, regulars, net bangers. Good to see you as we are streaming live currently on YouTube as well. Don't believe us? Check it out, KROQ YouTube, or just listen along as we are currently live on the world famous KROQ. Good morning, Allie.
Good morning, Klein.
Good morning, Jake Z Nerd.
Morning.
There is DJ Omar Khan, the audio sniper. Somewhere. There he is. Postmaster Johnny.
I have a... Man, I don't know. I'm not an HR guy, but I came across something this weekend, and I don't know if I could continue working with Klein.
Oh, no. What happened?
It's crazy.
I'm with you. I don't even know what it is.
I don't know. I have some evidence here. And we could get into it, a little later, but I'll play you a little bit of evidence here, and then maybe later in the show, maybe tomorrow, we could kind of take a deep dive in it. This is just the tip of the iceberg here.
Before we start playing audio that I'm unaware of, how much of your free time do you spend trying to sabotage the rest of us?
I'm going to say 99% of my time, and then the other percent spent time with my kids.
Yeah, I was going to say, I liked it better when you were coming in with photos of aliens from your cousin going,
right.
We've got proof there's aliens in Mexico.
Yeah, and that D-pic from that construction worker.
Yeah, that was good stuff. Now, I don't like it when it's
That wasn't an HR violation at all.
coming back. Yeah, that was no HR violation, getting a text from Omar with a raging erection in it. Nothing wrong with that.
I just want you to explain this, Klein, if you will.
Law enforcement raided Klein's home. They turned up more than 100 sexually explicit photos and videos of underage girls on his electronic devices.
Okay, Klein.
Not me.
Explain that away, sir.
It's a very common name, okay?
It is not, sir.
Very common name.
It is not.
Also, he grooms young boys.
Yeah, get it right.
Okay. My bad. All right, you're in the clear. We could work together.
I guess those boys looked like girls.
Allie was watching some true crime, whatever. And
it was Dateline.
Dateline, and she's like, "Oh, this is great. They're busting some guy named Klein, and he does the most gross things. You should." It's so funny because
it's funny because the guy's name was Kegan Klein.
He's like a
yeah, it's KK still.
He's like a Timu version of me. What a terrible name.
Replace the V with a G.
What else did this terrible other Klein do?
A bunch of stuff, and I'll properly edit it for tomorrow. That's the only clip I have for now. But if you guys want to hear the full interview with our Klein and the Dateline, tune in tomorrow because I'm going to properly edit Klein into this interview.
Great.
Klein, if it makes you feel any better, he didn't end up being the murderer. He just ended up being a weird pervert.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Good.
He got 40 years for being a perv.
Yeah,
Hey.
and he would climb up into people's windows and watch them sleep.
Hey, Kegan does sound fun, though.
Yeah,
Kegan.
Go Kegan!
I may take his name. I think that sounds way better than Kevin. All right, well, anyway, but minus that, decent show planned for you. We'll tell you all about it next on KROQ. Killers on KROQ, a band from Las Vegas. At some point this morning, we will get you to Vegas for When We Were Young. A second date was added. All the bands will be there. We'll get you there as well with Panic and Blink-182 and Weezer and Avril and The Offspring, and your chance to win those tickets coming up a little bit later this morning. Plus, the return of Mother Knows Best. There's a lot of things that moms know about you, and then there's a lot of things you hope your moms never know about you. And today we will cross those lines. Awkward moments indeed, as we bring some listeners and their mothers closer together than they probably ever wanted.
And sometimes there are mothers that tell you too much information, and you go, why are you telling me this, mother?
Right. That's something should have been filtered. There should have been a filter there at some point.
My mom loves filters.
Oh, your mom has no filters. She is the throat goat.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people you've inspired, Allie. Just want you to know that you don't realize when you come on the air and say a bunch of dumb things for 4 hours every day, that some of those dumb things actually inspire the general public.
So Allie going to the YMCA turned out to be a wonderful thing because she inspired me to join my local fitness center.
Nice.
Some people go, if Allie can do it, if that Allie right there can do it.
If that creature can get a gym membership, I can.
Any single person doesn't have an excuse to not work out just a little bit.
And just like Allie, I'm also the hottest one at the gym.
Now,
She
nice.
sounds like she's mocking you, but I think the goal in all of this is Allie didn't care so much about joining the gym. She wanted to find a gym that was gross enough that she could be the hot one at the gym, because no one wants to be one of the uglies at the gym.
No, but also every gym in Southern California is full of hot people,
Yep.
and hot people training other hot people. So if you want to feel ugly in Southern California, just go to a gym or a grocery store,
Even
and
those
you will feel that way.
Free workout benches at the park, sometimes you see very attractive people doing those.
Dude,
I
seriously.
can't even be a best-looking guy at the homeless
Dog
park.
park.
But I
It's
can
terrible.
be decent at the Y.
And I know Vanessa goes on hot girl walks, and then Jake just went on a dude bro hike, and then Johnny gets a free pass because he's the birthday boy. But the rest of you losers should probably get off your ass and stop clowning on Allie.
Okay. Thank you. Very, very nice tribute there at the end. Huh? I knew that would catch fire.
Klein, you're a member of a gym. You just don't go.
Yeah, but I'm.
you can't quit it.
And this is the month I can quit, so I'm quitting.
Oh, it
Oh,
is?
nice.
Yeah, this is
well,
the month.
I actually...
Let's bet that you don't.
I put 4 alerts in my phone to remind me to quit. I have a certain day I have to do it by. So I'm
Oh,
gonna do
but
it.
you can't do it the day before?
I could do it before, but
But you still have to go in person, right?
yeah, I have to go in, and
That's what's
And
intimidating.
they make it all difficult because you got.
I thought they changed that. There's a law now or some BS.
Or some BS.
Yeah.
I don't know what is going on, but I just know I have an alert that on the.
There's got to be a one-button thing now, like when you sign up.
Is today the 27th? Hold on. Is
Yes.
That, oh, it
Yeah.
is?
Is it
Oh,
today?
today's the day.
Oh, man.
Oh, today's my quitting day.
What if they're like, you have to bench 100 pounds and then you can go?
I can't. I'd be a member forever.
Well, what I learned was yesterday I went to the gym and realized what the hot person hour was, and it was the hour that I was there.
So you're no longer the hot person.
Oh, no, because it was a bunch of like older
was
people's
short-lived.
kids that are like, in college and they're hot, and
Yep.
then they're all walking around being hot and using the gym equipment, and I felt too nervous to ask them if they were done for certain things.
Oh, Allie, that's like so sad that you were feeling so good about yourself because you're like, I haven't found a hotter person than me at this gym. And the bar's set real low when you say that. But the idea that you go back at a different normal hour and it's just full of hot young people.
The first time I went there, I was the only one on a treadmill who was running. Everybody else was just walking or walking uphill.
Chocolate Factory's kids go here?
One of them does, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Chocolate Factory's
That's right.
kids go there, yes. But
okay.
a lot of the other kids are like, members of elite running teams. and all
Whoa,
that
are you
stuff
serious?
like
So they're
that.
like serious athletes?
Yeah, they're like, they're doing some serious stuff. And then I was like, I guess I'll just go over and use this resistance band. And
Oh my God.
Like,
No,
I felt too
Allie.
intimidated.
You were so pumped up.
I know. Now
Your
I think
confidence is shot.
I need to go to some of the off hours, or I need to go to one of the like abandoned exercise rooms that just
No,
has, like,
you need to learn from them. Get that confidence back.
I
they're
actually
scary.
think that the
Yes,
reality is there's a hole in the marketplace where we should just open up a whole chain of gyms called Ugly Gyms, and the only way you get in is if you are ugly or in terrible shape.
And it's always run by an ugly guy named Jim.
Well, that seems like a little too on the nose. I think the rest of it we could do. We'll take a quick break. $100 of Allie's money after
wait
this
for me to
quick
be
break.
lame at that gym too. That doesn't even exist yet.
800-520-1067 if you want to win $100 of Allie's easy money on a thrifty Thursday. Today's the day to take it. Call now. We'll play next on KROQ.
One of the things that just really shook me was how simple and how powerful it was. Justice sound to me is just so badass and so hard-hitting.
There's like this feeling of wanting to let go. Sometimes you listen to it and you kind of digest what's going on in your life.
It's your only way in to an intimate, private KROQ show with Justice.
Hello, we're Justice.
Listen every hour from 9 to 6 to win a pair of tickets to see Justice at a KROQ secret helpful Honda Soundspace pop-up. Instantly get on the standby boarding list for a chance to see him again at KROQ Mile High Club Destination 6. A trip to their show at Red Rocks in Denver, Colorado. Keep listening to win, courtesy of KROQ and Virgin Music. The helpful Honda Soundspace is driven by your helpful SoCal Honda dealers.
Yesterday, I almost got to experience something that I've always wanted to do. And I've told you on the show many times, this would be one of my goals. Every year, it's been my goal to do this thing. And yesterday, I came the closest I've ever come to accomplishing that goal.
Is it the armored bank heist that you always wanted?
Eating a whole pizza in one sitting?
I've done that many times. Nothing I'm proud of, but I've done it many times. And no, Omar, I did not steal or break in or try to rob from an armored car.
That's exactly what somebody who did that would say today.
Right. Well, I wish I could have. I see them all the time, especially outside this building, and they do seem unattended. Yeah. I've always thought about it.
Is that why you have done that fancy leather coat?
That's right. That's my.
You bought it with your winnings.
It's my Robin coat. I yesterday was very close to doing my first ever citizen's arrest.
What?
Because I got a text in the middle of the day that an active break-in was happening 3 blocks from my house. And this is part of the whole neighborhood watch thing that has been started because of all of the break-ins that have been happening pretty much all over Southern California. I mean, they've just been happening all over the place, and people don't seem to care anymore. Like, at least back in the day, they'd be like, well, we'll wait till they're out of town for the weekend, then we'll rob them. Now they're just going, they went and walked the dog for 5 minutes. Let's go ahead and smash a window, break in, grab some
night,
stuff.
Doesn't matter.
2 o'clock afternoon, middle of the day. By the way, beautiful day, too. I'm not saying if I'm going to rob houses, I start thinking to myself, is today the kind of day that more people would be out walking around, perhaps, because it's nice outside? Maybe you wait till there's, I don't know, weather drops to the 70s here. At least some people, don't want to go out. But maybe that's their thought. Maybe their plan is people are probably outside enjoying the sun. Now's a good time to break in.
Or do they feel like us, where we was like, we should go to the beach. They're like, we should rob. It's such a nice day.
Such a nice day for robbing. So I get this text that I'm on. There's like hundreds of people on this text chain, but it basically says there is a break-in in progress right now. Police have been notified, but as you know, the response time, not very quick.
Jesus.
And so it became, are any neighbors nearby that can go scope the situation? I was so bummed out because I wasn't home, but I was in the canyon making my way back. And I was thinking to myself, God, if only this guy, because I know the way that these guys operate is they're in and out of places in like 5 minutes or less.
And even if there's cameras, it doesn't help anything, really.
Doesn't really help. Usually you just have cameras. Now, what this person did, because the footage was released after the fact, they wore a vest as if they were a Amazon delivery driver. They had the full Amazon delivery driver outfit, walked up with an empty box to the front door, knocked on the door a few times, no one answers. Then they kind of put the box down. Then that's when they decide to walk around the side of the house, smash a window, go in, grab a bunch of stuff, and leave.
So it's just one person?
This time, well, it's all in the video I saw. It was just one person.
Wow.
And apparently, after the fact,
what does that say about you that you can't even get one person to help you?
To help you rob. Yeah, I know. You'd think, at least you could find a friend that wants to go robbing with you.
Yeah, even these crime rings that are, getting arrested, they're like, I love my bros.
But maybe there was another friend that was on lookout, or maybe there was another friend that was in the drive. Because they did have a car parked outside.
What was your plan if you arrived? How were you going to stop the break-in?
I was so frustrated and annoyed because I was in the canyon, but I was responding, saying, I can be there in 11 minutes. And everyone's going is there anyone closer? And I think there were definitely people closer that were too pussy to go and do anything. So I was my plan, I'll tell you, Allie, I had 2 plans. I don't have any weapons on me, but I
Except
do.
for your hands.
Except for my hands.
Oh, yeah.
These are very
You
dangerous.
can mush those right into someone's face.
The guy
lethal weapons.
Can get hairy knuckles right in the face. Nothing grosser than that, you know?
Just choke on your hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, just go.
No, the plan was I was going to try to box in whatever the escape vehicle was, so the escape vehicle couldn't move. That was the plan.
Well, you can only box in one. How do you box somebody in on what if they can just go the other way?
When they move, I move. Move.
What?
You know, you try to. Yeah,
It's like that dance.
Yeah, the little dance. They try to pull up.
You move, I move.
I box them in. I box in. That was the
Just like
idea.
that?
I was going to
Just
box
like
them in. That was the plan was to just slow down. I was actually going to slash tires and box in.
How are you going to slash tires with no weapons?
I didn't
Those
think
are hands.
I didn't think that through.
You're going to
My
punch
hairy
the
hands.
tires with your hands.
Karate chop. Oh, that didn't
Kick
work.
it.
But I got there at exactly, let's just call it, 3 minutes after the perp left the scene, and they were
Wow,
gone.
what a story.
And
Wait, where's the close to being the citizens arrest thing?
Well,
you're very far from doing
Seems like
anything
you
like
just
that.
showed up after a house got broken into
I was-
and then went on your way.
3 minutes away, guys. 3 minutes from a citizen's arrest. 3 minutes.
But you wouldn't have been able to citizens arrest anybody with no weapens or defense or anything.
Of
You think
course.
he would have listened to you? He would have just run away.
No. Not if you say citizen's arrest.
You can't.
Okay,
What
it
is
doesn't
this
work
tag?
that way, man.
You're it.
Yeah.
My rules.
Citizen's arrest.
It's not a home base anymore.
Citizen's arrest. And I was ready. I had like a whole thing ready to go.
You
and
couldn't have
A whole
tackled
thing?
somebody like that.
I wasn't going to tackle, Alan. That's.
What if he would have pulled out a gun on you?
Well, then he wins. Then I realized.
Take backsies.
Yeah. All right. Citizen's arrest
Not
on
it.
hold. On hold for now. Yeah, I was. Listen.
Even the plan that you're formulating in your head for when you arrive has so many holes in it. Like to be able to trap somebody from leaving a street that has two directions. Usually, when the cops are trapping people, they've got them caught on both ends, so they
Right.
can't go anywhere.
Well,
Unless you're smashing into the vehicle, and then you're going to get a tremendous amount of car damage.
Yeah.
in the
I
car.
did think of smash. That was my first thought, Omar, was I was just smashing. I'll wait, and then I'll smash in the vehicle. But then you run the risk. You smash the vehicle. My car gets destroyed, and his car. You see this all the time. Cars crash. One car drives off fine. The other one's like can't move.
Well, you got Sweet James.
I got Sweet James. Sweet James. But the adrenaline I felt as I was driving over the canyon, ready to make this citizen's arrest, was really
Is that
intense.
the same adrenaline you felt when you saw that statue dog and you were going to save it?
No, because
Statue dog.
I didn't know until I went up to it that it was it was not a statue. It was an art installation. First of all,
Okay.
It's not a statue of a dog. It was an art
What's the
installation.
difference?
The difference
Yes, explain the difference.
is a statue. I think is there forever, and an art installation is temporary. I think because it's not there anymore.
Statue is a famous dog.
Yeah, so-
Installation is just random dog.
But then
You're a hero. You're right.
I did talk to one of the officers that got to the scene after the fact and told him
And I saw nothing.
my plan. He did ask.
So is that why you're wearing that leather coat? Because you feel tough today?
It's my tough guy coat.
Don't you mess with me.
I got a bicycle over here.
It's funny because I was
I want to
thinking.
give you a noogie.
Yes. Yes.
Is that your bullion coat?
Hey, look at
I'm
I can
only,
tell by the zippers.
I'm only wearing my tough guy clothes from now on. You never know when you got to be ready for the
I keep my
citizen's
note
arrest.
knife in here.
That's right. Got my slingshot, and I'll pull it out if I need
This
to.
is a comb.
Well, anyway, another hero.
Well, we're all in awe of you.
Yeah, our eyes are on you, you perps. this morning. Give away some tickets to see that band right there in Vegas when they join forces with the just reunited Panic at the Disco at When We Were Young, Las Vegas. Second date added October 19th, and your tickets coming up later this morning with us here on KROQ. Right now, though, $100 of Allie's money on a Thrifty Thursday. No better day to win than on a day that Allie celebrates her cheapness, and that would be today with a theme song that was left on the goat line just for you, Allie.
If it looks like a fupa and smells like a fupa, well, Allie knows the news.
That did not put a lot of effort into that song, but we played it anyway.
I like it.
Hey, Rachel in Simi Valley. Good morning.
Good morning, Klein and Allie.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing great. 5 questions here. If you do better than Allie does answering these questions all about the news, then you get $100 of her money. It's that easy, okay?
All right, that sounds good. I'm ready.
Sounds way too awake and alert.
She does sound alert. You're like one of these people that wakes up early and probably already went on a jog and had two cups of coffee, and Allie's leaving the KROQ studios as we speak. Your 5 questions will begin the second the door is closed, and here we go. Hit it.
Allie knows the news.
Weird story to wake up to this morning. This Oscar-winning actor, his wife, and his dog were all found dead in their home.
I know. I'm so sad about it. Gene Hackman.
Yeah, we haven't even gotten into this yet, but what a weird story. So we'll talk about that, I'm sure, later this morning. I don't know if Allie's aware of this story yet. Here we go. Question number 2. A man is being accused of biting an ICE officer where on his body during arrest in downtown L.A.?
Okay, let's go his back.
Bit his back. Go to question number 3. A star of this reality show is going to go to prison for 1 year for a DUI.
Oh, shoot, reality show. Let's go, The Bachelor.
Okay, question number 4. The Oscars are this weekend. Who's hosting?
That would be Conan O'Brien.
And finally, question number 5. A couple of local school districts are getting 25 new buses. What makes these buses different than most other buses?
They're EV buses.
All right. Good job. You did not sound dumb, and you did not perform poorly. Don't say anything else. Allie is re-entering the studio now. Some people want to watch Allie's face. If she loses $100, you can check out the YouTube. We are currently streaming on KROQ at YouTube, and find Allie there. Maybe she wins, but it's always fun to watch her face slowly fade into frown as she finds out she's going to lose.
Oh, come on. That happens daily anyway.
All right. Here we go. Question number 1, Allie. Sad story, weird story to wake up to. Oscar-winning actor, his wife, and his dog were all found dead in their home.
Yeah, Gene Hackman.
That is correct.
So weird.
She said that as well, saying no foul play as of right now, which means...
Well, it just means they weren't murdered, I think.
No foul play means, I guess you would think carbon monoxide, or you would think...
Yeah.
So would suicide be considered
No, that's foul play. I think that's foul play. You can't all 3 be suicide.
Well, what if you all decided, let's just break the carbon monoxide thing?
You're going to convince a dog
drink the Kool-Aid
to get in on a suicide pact with the family?
Dog just wants to please you.
Oh, stop it. It's ridiculous. I think it's probably a sad carbon monoxide thing, or one of those weird... odorless gases. Mm-hmm. Someone left the stove. The guy was 95. Maybe left the stove on. Who knows?
I guess.
I'm not a
think
detective.
but leaving the stove on wouldn't kill the entire house.
Well, eventually, you huff enough of that stuff, probably. I don't know. Question number 2. Allie's tied up 1-1. Question 2. A man is being accused of biting an ICE officer where during an arrest in downtown L.A.?
In the butt?
In the butt. Great question. Great guess. She said in the back. Both of you wrong. It was the finger.
Oh.
Bit the guy's finger. That's what made the news. Question
Exactly.
number 3. Tied up still 1-1. Star of this reality show is going to go to prison for a year after a DUI arrest.
Oh, Real Housewives.
That is correct. I'll give you a bonus point, Allie, if you give me which Real Housewives it was.
Oh, man. Beverly Hills?
No, Real Housewives of Potomac. Potomac.
I don't even know how many there are now. Aren't there like a million?
I think every city has one, I believe. But anyway, when in doubt, if there's a DUI reality show question, it's probably a Real Housewife.
Oh, of course.
Allie goes up by 1 with 2 questions left. Here we go. The Oscars are this weekend. Who's hosting?
Oh, my God. How am I not remembering who's hosting? God. Is it, it's not Trevor Noah. It's,
Need an answer. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, I don't know.
Can't accept that. Rachel got it. She said Conan O'Brien.
Oh, that's
She
right.
is
I did
correct.
not get that.
No, I knew that. It's just that I have a bad memory.
That was like the freebie question.
I know.
Billboards
I'm
with that
like,
guy's
how
face
do I
everywhere.
not remember?
So now it's tied up again as we go into this final
God.
question. Thrifty Thursday. It all comes down to this.
Gingers, damn you.
A couple of local school districts are getting new school buses, including a district in Compton. 25 new buses going there. But what makes these buses different than most other buses?
They have robot cameras.
Okay,
Robots.
good guess. I told you, watch the cameras, watch the YouTube if you want to watch Allie's face slowly fall apart into frown when she realizes she loses, and that's exactly what just happened because Allie claims that they were robot buses. That is the incorrect answer. Rachel, who had the correct answer, is they are EV, fully electronic buses.
Oh.
Congratulations.
Man, Rachel, I knew it. I knew you sounded too awake.
Rachel called in with a prayer and a hope and some correct answers, and she smoked Allie's ass. And what now, Allie, must you shamefully admit?
I am Allie, and I don't know S.
Too.
Yeah, that's right. You don't know S. What was that, Rachel? You're a teacher?
I said I'm a ginger too. She just said.
I lost to a ginger.
Man.
And I lost the ginger question.
That's great. The gingers are uniting to take Allie down.
That would be how I go out.
That's how Allie goes down. Yeah. Well, anyway, nice to talk
Congrats.
to you. Go scurry back under your house before the sun comes up, okay, Rachel?
Okay.
All right. Thanks for listening to us this morning. Appreciate it. Just like that, winners made all over the place.
I know the people who think you can never win. You just have to know a few things, literally.
I mean, that was like an easy round, too.
I know.
Well, anyway, who knew the sad death of Gene Hackman would result in that ginger being so excited?
She's so happy that he's dead.
So happy. We'll talk about that, I'm sure, because that's a weird story. So we'll get to that coming up later this morning. And now The Cure for you on a Thursday. Welcome to your pre-Quinn this morning on KROQ. Is it possible to work at any job and not be annoyed by your coworkers? That is a serious question. I would imagine the answer is no. Even if you like where you work and like some of the people you work with, there will be coworkers that just annoy you for a variety of reasons. And some of them are probably legitimate, and some of them are things that you've created in your own brain. But I guess now there is a legitimate answer as to why coworkers are super annoying.
Well, these are the 5 signs that you are the annoying employee.
I've got to guess. Is it this?
I rip nasty all day, every day. You know, there's nothing to do with stinky lunches or stinky anything.
Are any of the
this
things
list.
on that list things that we do, anyone here does on a regular basis? Like if you think about Omar or Jake or Johnny or Vanessa, how many of these things are we guilty of just within? I mean, there's more people that work here than just us, but we do a good job of annoying each other.
You know what? I will say Jake does one of them. It's number 2 on the list, which is you're a know-it-all and you don't ever want to be wrong.
Oh, that is so Jake.
But I'm not wrong. It's fact-checking.
You are wrong so often about so many things.
You are the smarty pants,
Right.
the know-it-all, the one who thinks that they are the smartest in the room, and that is extremely annoying to other people in your workplace.
I go to Google. It's not me. I'm just fact-checking you dummies.
But even we
It's
have...
also kind of like how you deliver it, too.
Yes.
You have this era of arrogance.
Yeah,
condescending.
I know that.
Right.
Yeah.
It's this everyone should have known it sort of thing, even though you looked it up
yeah, because Allie thinks krill is fish.
Right.
It's
And
like-
whales eat seals.
Yeah.
I know, but it's like the it's like the person that corrects your grammar. You're just like, shut up.
You know what? On second thought, is now that he's just going after all the dumb things you've said, Allie, I like Jake. I
right.
think this is a positive thing. Jake, because he gets so fired up when you state a fact that is incorrect, even if it's one of those obscure facts that not a lot of people would know. Jake gets so angry.
Yeah, like, oh, how do you not know that krill are fish? I'm like, I don't know what krill are.
Right.
I just know that they're little things in the ocean.
I think you called something a comet one time, and he's like, it's a meteorite! It's a meteorite, not a comet!
But also, Jake, we've proven you wrong before using Google, and you still will not
When?
admit that you're wrong.
When?
I don't have a stupid record of the time.
'cause it didn't happen.
No, there was. Oh, my God. All right. This would maybe fall under the Johnny category, depending on how you look at it. One employee is getting away with things that other people can't get away with.
Ah, yeah.
You know?
He's got that charm about him.
He's just got that, hey, it's all vibes, and I'm playing the guitar in the background, so it's okay, you know.
Beer Mug had that, too.
Yeah, Beer Mug's got that, too, where it's just kind of like he's there, and he's happy-go-lucky, and he's charismatic, so, you know, there are people that are more rule followers that might be annoyed by that.
You show up 1 minute late to your job, and you get, like, disciplined, but then these other people just cruising, like, 45 minutes late.
Totally.
You know, all disheveled, and it's like, hey, good to see you.
It's like, oh,
Right,
what's
yeah.
up, Beer
45
Mug?
minutes late. Johnny was 3 days late.
Yeah, Johnny did show up 3 days late one time.
Wait, what's annoying? Is it the guitar playing that's annoying? It's because I'm good at guitar, that's why.
Well, we shouldn't mention that specifically now, but it is, you do that. That is annoying that you do stand behind us and play guitar. I actually enjoy it when he's playing, you know, like that general, like sweet Spanish
I don't
guitar
mind
sounds.
if you're playing guitar as
Vanessa
long as you're
hates
also
it.
paying attention to the meeting.
I hate it if I have a headache and I really need you to listen to what I'm saying.
Yeah. I think Vanessa gets annoyed because she's trying to conduct a meeting.
Right.
She's also hungover a lot.
She's hungover. She
I'm not
parties.
hungover a lot. I'm just dehydrated.
Not hungover, but I'm feeling it.
Because I need to drink more water.
She just gets, quote, migraines every day.
I do.
Let's see. I wonder if you would fall under this category, Klein. Number 3 on the list is having ridiculously high expectations.
I don't think that's a bad. How is that annoying? That's a very realistic thing.
Well, some people don't find a realistic way to pull that off, so then they always feel like they're disappointing you.
Everything that we have in this world seemed impossible at one point until it was possible. So I don't think anything is an unrealistic expectation. The reality is
Yeah, but
that
it puts a lot of pressure on
sure,
people.
puts a lot of pressure on me. But the
You just asked Vanessa to get Gene Hackman on the phone. I was like, what are you doing, dude?
Yeah, listen, she should do it.
Sometimes, like 5 minutes before a thing, you're like, we should have. Do you think there's any way that we can get this person in and to get them to do this big public
Vanessa's
stunt?
like,
I'm
what are you
no,
doing to me?
There's no way that we can do that, and now I feel
All right.
sad.
Yesterday we had a conversation about chaining Jake to that treehouse that's being torn down, the treehouse that belongs to the Simpsons producer. Then we said, let's get the guy on. Oh, no, he's a big TV producer. He's not going to come on to talk about his treehouse. Guess who's booked today to come on the show?
Wait. Who said that? I don't imagine anybody on the show that says that. Everybody has a pretty good attitude about trying to do it, but just the expectation that you want it to happen so quickly and so fast is out of the norm.
Guess what?
I will say that it's a little bit of pressure. Sometimes I wake up at night, I'm like, damn,
Well, guess
Pressure.
what's
And
coming
she's in
on
the middle
today?
of a hangover.
I get it, but look, we've had some great guests on the show as a result of the pressure we put on ourselves
all right.
to deliver the best quality product we can do for a very limited budget on a daily basis.
The final two are that you are jealous or envious of your other coworkers, and it shows. So you're jealous of the things that they're getting or the money that they're getting and that you're not getting. And then number 5 on the list is being a problem creator instead of a problem solver. But that's what we do on the show. We solve problems by creating new ones.
That's right. That's the key of the show is that we solve one problem by basically shifting to a different problem that we've created. So that's really what it's all about. We try to solve problems, but usually we just end up making bigger ones.
Well, I think we also are the annoying group in the building because we're always asking for things that are, like we wanted to do a fully naked show and they're like, no, don't do it. And then we wanted to have people face their fears over Halloween and they didn't let us do that. But they're probably like, we're the problem creators. You know what I mean?
Everything with us isn't a, quote, legal issue or dangerous or could result in death or dismemberment.
Right. And we're like not the people that are like, deliver donuts and we'll eat them on the air.
Right. That's the frustrating part.
And then they tell us, think outside of the box.
I know, there is no way to think outside the box and we can't do anything.
Everything outside the box is apparently a legal problem. That being said, are you an annoying coworker based on the new 5 criteria? Maybe or maybe not. Allie wants you to remember that fish and krill are the same thing. K-Rock. K-Rock, Klein Alley Show. Some people listen live, as we appreciate, on K-Rock every morning. Others catch up on the show after the fact, and sometimes it hits them differently.
Klein Alley. I'm driving home from class tonight, and what WTF? WTF? This. What is this? Holy crap! This is awful sauce!
This is a guy listening to you and I sing our version of Shallow.
Oh, great.
Which apparently got us warned. And what happened on Instagram?
Yeah, we got blocked.
We got shadow banned on Instagram because I guess we used some sort of copyright infringement.
The video got removed, and we potentially got shadow banned for like about a day or two on Instagram.
Worth it.
But live and learn.
Yeah, but this guy seemed excited about it.
The people who did see it loved it.
They loved it.
You're killing me. I'm about to drive into a bridge. Holy crap. Wow. Put it on a CD. I want to buy it.
So there you have it. Al, you can play a clip of it now. I can't, unfortunately, play any more of the video portion of it because the reality is it was not only...
Well, it was an Academy Awards performance.
Taken down,
yes.
But especially now as the Oscars are almost here, they're getting real litigious with everything.
Yeah, and I had, I think, perfectly dubbed it, and I just was really proud of that, and people were asking for that specific one. So if you need it, if you want to watch it, it's A Star Isn't Born. If you put that in on YouTube, it should come up, but here's just a little of the actual...
Fill that void, or do you need more? Ain't it hard keeping it so hardcore? I'm falling. Thank you. In all the good times I find myself longing for change. The station right now. And in the bad times, I fear myself.
Here's when he gets into it, guys.
I'm on the deep end. Watch as I dive in. I've never met the ground.
You guys need to do more better.
Crash to the surface where they can't hurt us. I don't remember getting heckled. Fall from the shallow.
This is when we go together.
In the shallow, shallow. Jesus.
In the shallow. Yeah.
Welcome, New York.
In the shallow.
Welcome, Boston.
Far from the shallow now.
Welcome, Chicago.
And this is the big moment, guys. It's coming up.
I think Gene Hackman picked the right day to check out. Oh, it is terrible. Is that your dead cat impression? Wow. Someone didn't get enough love in musical theater class.
So bad.
That's enough of that. I can't. I really. Anyway.
Nothing pleasant was about that.
You're right. Well said. That's why it got pulled down, to be honest. It's just that Instagram has some decorum. I don't think it was a copyright infringement. I think it was a talent issue.
Talent
We
infringement.
got to take a break. Let's go ahead and cleanse our soul from that. We'll be back, find out exactly what did happen. This Gene Hackman story is crazy. I'm sure we'll break that down and more when we come back with your ADD news, and that is next.
Klein Alley Show.
Klein Alley Show.
The world famous KROQ.
question. It's KROQ, Klein Alley Show. If you're in a relationship with someone, married, dating, whatever, and they want to do something to alter their physical appearance, do you feel that as the person that is their plus one, their significant other, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, do you have any input in if they should or could do it? Or do you think
what
it's
would
their...
define like a major change?
Well, in my case, I got this...
porn stash?
It's not a porn stash. Just a regular, good old-fashioned mustache.
You look like a plumber.
Yeah, thank you. I don't think anyone looks at me and goes, that guy could do porn. But they definitely...
You could look like you could direct it.
But by the way, I could definitely do porn better than I could do plumbing. I mean,
you definitely look sleazier with it on.
Thank you. That's
it's actually because of the shirt you're wearing, too. It kind of looks like you're about to recruit Johnny.
Johnny, you're in. Pack it up. Pack it up and sack it up. You're in.
No. Are you serious about that mustache, or is this for, jokey joke like you've done before, and just to know your wife?
It's so funny. You're the third person that has said to me, is that serious? What an insulting thing to say to someone. Is that...
You would do it as a joke, though.
Yes.
That's who you are.
Yeah, I am doing it as a joke.
Yeah.
But I'm doing it more...
So is mine. See?
What's that? Why do you have a mustache, Allie? That's even funnier. She's got a real push broom one.
Yeah.
Yeah, this... No, but I mean, my wife said, like... When she goes and does stuff with her hair, she doesn't ever ask. I mean, she'll say things like, hey, I'm thinking about cutting my hair short. And I'm like, well, whatever.
I know, but for her, I bet it's like she thinks it's a dramatic change. And it's something that you would not even notice.
No, I don't. Sometimes she'll come in and she'll be like, did you notice anything? And I'm like,
I got a long swoop, bang.
Right.
And
I'm like, what did you do?
What?
And she's like, it's like a quarter of an inch longer or shorter than yesterday. I'm like, how would I know that? I don't know that. But I wouldn't care. Like, she got another piercing in her ear.
She did?
Like another, one of the top holes.
Midlife crisis? Why are you getting your ear pierced
I don't know.
middle age?
But she, asked me if I noticed it, and of course I didn't. I didn't notice it.
What, Vanessa?
I think if she wants to pierce her ear at middle age, she
no,
can't.
First of all, she will not like the fact that she's being referred to as middle age. That's going to bother her more than anything.
I'm just saying she's a woman who's married and has 2 kids, and I feel like at that point you kind of have your look figured out.
Yeah, she's a cool mom.
But I think, is that why she's doing it? To be like, I'm a cool mom?
I don't know why she's doing it. I didn't really ask. But maybe she's sleeping with the piercer. I don't know. She just came back and said, do you notice any more holes on me? And I said, I'd like to. And then she said, there's one here in the top of my ear. I said, oh, all right, whatever. But I wouldn't say...
Perfect fit.
You have to...
Is this because she wanted to one-up her kid who got her ears pierced?
I think she was trying to one-up my daughter.
Are you serious?
Well, fine, I'm going to go to Claire's.
Yeah, you get 2. Yeah. She was in Claire's, too. With that big lollipop so she could look young enough to get the free one. No, but in all seriousness, do you think that there needs to be a... clearing with the... if you're going to dye your hair... I'm talking about drastic change now. Facial tattoo, dyeing of the hair to a different color, shaving head. Is that something your partner needs any input on at all?
Oh, yeah.
What?
I think... Well,
that's crazy.
My wife has always had bangs ever since I met her.
Yeah, she does. All over the place. Bangs on the side.
Right. No,
bangs your friends.
No, not those kinds of bangs.
No one loves bangs more than your wife.
She will never not have bangs. Never.
That is
she
so
needs
true.
to have bangs. Okay. This isn't going well. The bangs on her face.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
okay.
Wow. Okay.
Above her eyebrows.
Yeah.
All right. She's always had them.
Just everywhere.
Just bangs everywhere.
All right. Forget it.
Summer bangs, winter bangs.
And I will not allow her to not bang.
Vacation bangs.
I'm just saying it's her signature thing. Okay.
You're not helping yourself.
The hair look is always what it's going to be.
Yeah.
She knows that that's the bet. The point I'm making about the ear piercing.
We got some Justice tickets for you to come to KROQ's show happening at Spotlight. I guess I can say where it is now. Word is out. It's no longer a secret show, but it's a private show. The only way to get yourself in is to win your tickets. We got them for you throughout the morning, including at 9 o'clock when we will also throw your ass on the standby boarding list to see Justice again in Colorado as part of KROQ's Mile High Club. First pair of tickets coming up in moments, though, here on Klein Alley Show. Let's get into your news now, then your Justice, and a brand new hour of the show can begin.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News.
All right, waking up to the news that Gene Hackman is dead is not that shocking. He was 95 years old, and one of the last times he was seen in public, he looked like he was 110.
But what is shocking is the circumstances around his death, because not only did they find him dead in his home after a wellness check at his house in New Mexico, they also found his wife and his dog dead in his house with him. And his wife was in her 60s. They'd been married since the 90s, married a long time, obviously. And the medical examiner's report said that the cause of death, they said they don't suspect any foul play, but it'll generally take anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks to really figure out what happened and how they died. So that'll pretty much give everybody the answer that they've been wondering. A lot of people are speculating that it is carbon monoxide poisoning, and especially on I think it gets cold there at night. So maybe they had something on, and then there was some kind of a leak, and they died. And then the next morning, somebody had called for a wellness check, and they were found in the afternoon at around 1:45. But he was obviously a cool guy. I mean, he was in 80 different movies. He won 2 Oscars, some Golden Globes. He was he had a 40-year acting career, but he was one of the people who made a rare decision to just retire at in his 70s. He was like, you know what, I'm done. And a lot of really great actors, they could just keep doing movies, even if it's just one little cameo a year. Just keep doing it until you can't anymore, like Betty White style. But he was like, nope, I'm done, and then spent the last 20 years of his life just hanging out in New Mexico.
Yeah, this was, we got some audio of him, some of this stuff he's done. This was his big speech from Hoosiers Alley. Remember that movie?
And most important, don't get caught up thinking about winning or losing this game. If you put your effort and concentration into playing to your potential, to be the best that you can be, I don't care what the scoreboard says at the end of the game, in my book, we're going to be winners.
Guy, even now.
Wasn't that one of the first slow claps?
Oh, yeah, that started the slow clap.
The slow clap's the best.
Okay?
Here we go.
All right. Let's go.
That's good acting right there.
Let me hear it.
Go. People are fired up. Great slow clap.
Klein, I would argue more powerful than that is his work in this.
Oh, there's...
It's the first of 1,000 times. You protect her and let her go. Lowe's. Let's build something together.
Beautiful.
Slow clap to that.
I didn't know he did that. Crazy.
Yeah, he did
let's go,
a bunch of voiceover. He was really good at that, too.
Gene Hackman, R.I.P., brother.
And I also found out he lied about his age to get into the military. He joined the military when he was 16. It's like so badass. Yeah.
Wow. Cool.
All right, there is now a new category for rich people. There are millionaires, there are billionaires, and now they've created the super billionaire. That is categorized as anybody who is worth at least $50 billion, and there are approximately 24 people in this new category. Obviously, you have the big three, the white guy trio. That would be Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Mark Zuckerberg. And there's also that French guy who owns like every major luxury brand, like Louis Vuitton and Givenchy and Celine and Tiffany's. The richest people in the world back in the day, like the Carnegies and the Rockefellers, they were all builders. Like they built, railroads and oil things. And,
listen to a poor person talk about rich people. Go ahead.
Oil wells. That's the word I'm looking for.
Got it. Yeah, you got it.
But all of these current rich people are mainly rich because of the stock value of the things that they own and not necessarily for building anything. A lot of them are tech-related billionaires, but also much of their value pretty much just depends on stock rather than what they're creating and giving to the world.
What's fascinating is that, like the other day, I guess Tesla had a terrible day on the stock market, and they were, they always show like Elon Musk today lost $22 billion, but he still has $300 billion more dollars.
Well, they mentioned that too in this article because they're talking about how their wealth fluctuates so much more than somebody who is, rich from building something or creating a brand like that. But it doesn't matter because they're still just so rich.
Much. So rich.
That'd be sick.
It is sick. You're right. That is sick. You're a super billionaire.
So sick.
That is sick.
All right, the 90s have been back for a while now, and it seems there's no sign of that slowing down. Disneyland is bringing back their 90s night. This last happened in 2019, and it sold out very quickly. I imagine that will happen. Oh, I think it's already sold out. Takes place March 4th through the 6th, and it will include meet and greets with rare characters like Goofy and Max dressed like Powerline from the Goofy movie.
Oh, they're going old school.
Yeah, and they have like a Powerline Max bucket, like, themed foods and beverages from their 90s era.
That's kind of cool for Disney because I'm sure somewhere they've got a bunch of, the leftover old costumes that they used years ago, and they're just like, we burn this stuff?
This is Powerline
might as well
costume.
Call it a theme night and do 90s night because 90s back in a big way. All right, well, great. We get into a brand new hour of the show right now, and this perhaps will be the greatest hour of your life.
Klein Alley Show.
106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Good morning. Welcome to KROQ. If you would like to go to a KROQ private show with Justice and you don't want to wait around to win your way in at 9 o'clock, you can call us now at 800-520-1067. We can make your Justice dreams come true. That show is happening at Spotlight, although you can't get in unless you win your way in. Sure, you can show up. You can beg outside. That happens a lot of times. We put on these little private shows around town. People show up just hoping. Every once in a while.
Sneak in.
Every once in a while, someone can successfully sneak in. As long as you
I used to do that a lot at the Palace.
If you have a clipboard and an earpiece, and you look...
No, the kitchen, dude.
Or just go through the kitchen.
Or
I used to go through the kitchen all the time.
Right. Or a KROQ
and just act like
t-shirt.
you belong, and you're in. You're good as gold.
And then me, who was working in the kitchen, would say, "Hi, Omar. Come on in."
Yeah, Allie's that
I
catering.
spit on you.
If you want to win your way in, though, legitimately, call us now, 800-520-1067. We kick off this hour of the show by helping some people that have reached out on the Neighborhood Next Door Citizen app. Everyone is trying to meet the neighbors these days. They say we feel more disconnected with our neighbors than ever before. But we try to prove once a week that neighbors are there to help other neighbors. And actually waiting on the phone right now to talk to us is someone that had put up a post that needed help. And we are going to attempt to help this person in a very exciting, interactive round of Meet the Neighbors, which we'll get into after Fall Out Boy right here on KROQ.
I'm gone.
K-Rock, Klein Alley Show. We all live in Southern California, all in different parts of Southern California. As a result, it's nice to every once in a while go around town and see what's going on with our neighbors, your neighbors, meet the neighbors, which we'll do together in just a moment. And we have someone that Allie discovered who needed help in her neighborhood, who has agreed to come on the air with us as we are taking this to the next level, to not only meet the neighbors, Allie, but to actually help the neighbors.
Yeah, this is a legitimate issue that I think that she needs help with, and she is willing to let us try and help her.
So that is, what's her name, Marcia?
Marcia.
She's going to be on with us in just a moment, and maybe as we can do some good for someone in Southern California today. But first, let's do some good for Martin in Anaheim. Good morning, Martin.
Yo, no way.
You are the right caller. Caller 20 means you've just earned yourself access into K-Rock's private show with Justice.
Dude, hell yeah. Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you for starting your day with us on K-Rock.
Riverside.
That's right. Represent. Hold on one second. Martin, that guy's day just got way better. All right, let's meet the neighbors now.
Meet the neighbors. That's what you gotta do. Say hello, shake a hand, share a smile, and make a friend. Meet the neighbors. Their dog just crapped in your yard.
A song that was written and recorded by Allie's real-life neighbor, Ray. And on the phone now, I think we have another one of Allie's neighbors. Allie came across a post. And what did the post say before you reached out to Marcia and wanted to see if she would join us on K-Rock to help solve her problem?
Yeah, Klein, I was looking on our app last night, and Marcia posted, "Hello, my wonderful neighbors. I'm having a major issue trying to return a product on Amazon. By mistake, I ordered 2 extra recliners that I now need to return, but I'm unable to move the boxes because they weigh so much. Is there anyone who lives near me that knows about any way someone can assist me? My biggest concern is that I'm not able to complete the return on time, and I won't get my money back. If you're able, please reach out to me. Thank you in advance. Smiley face."
Marcia, first of all, welcome to K-Rock. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much.
Yeah, listen, you know what we do around here. People that are unfamiliar with the show, like yourself, we'd like to help people, and a lot of times we solve the world's problems by creating new ones. But in your particular case, we're going to try to solve your problem. You accidentally ordered 2 different chairs from Amazon.
I ordered 2 extra chairs from Amazon.
So how many recliners did you order?
Well, I ordered in total 3.
Okay.
I got my first one and I built it and it's wonderful. And then I had 2 more and I'm like, where did these come from?
Right. And you got charged for all 3? They didn't make a mistake and just give you 2 extra recliners?
Heck no.
Right. Mm-hmm. So now that's a real problem because whenever you order a big product, a big Amazon product.
You're supposed to drop it off at the post office.
Yeah, and it's easier said than done. You love the fact that returns are simple, but not so simple when you've got giant recliners, or in my case, one time a giant trampoline I had to try to return. Not easy.
And what did you do in that scenario, Klein?
It's sitting in my garage in pieces still, and I totally missed the return window.
Well, and Marcia, how much was one recliner?
Interestingly, they were all different prices, but they were about $399 each.
Right, so you're looking to get about $800 back, and if you can't return these on time, you're not going to see that money again.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
And I will say that the neighborhood app was not very helpful. A lot of people were telling you to call Amazon 800 numbers and try and contact a third party, which seems like a lot of work.
I did all of that, and the only thing I was able to get was a non-prepaid return label, period. Mm-hmm. I spoke to supervisors. I spoke to supervisors. And they just were like, one person said, here, we'll give you the prepaid. Mm-hmm. And then the other said, forget it. You gotta pay for it. And it was just a real runaround. It still is a real runaround.
Marcia, in some cases, I know, because my wife is an over-orderer from Amazon, there is an option sometimes where UPS will come right to you, and they'll do a pickup at your house. Is that not an option?
It is an option, but I have to prepay it.
That's where they get you.
Oh, and the shipping is probably expensive because it's enormous.
Of course.
Forget it. I took one box. I actually put 3 of them in my car, took one over to the post office, had them take it out and weigh it, and one of the smaller boxes was, I think, over $200 to ship postage.
Whoa.
Yeah, see, sometimes you get in this weird Amazon bubble where once you factor in the shipping and everything else, if you've got to pay to return it, you go, I was better off just keeping this thing and trying to resell it. Now, here's the question. You sound like an honest person. When you try to go through your return on Amazon, it says reason for return. And one of the options is I accidentally ordered more than I needed. Is that the one you clicked?
Yeah.
Okay.
I ordered,
That's your mistake. I'm going to tell you right now. Here's what I've learned.
Parts missing.
Yeah. Here's what I've learned from Amazon. If you put the fault on yourself, I made a mistake. I ordered too many, or I didn't need it anymore. Then they make it extra difficult for you to return it, and also will sometimes charge you or give you less return options. However, if you click on the box that says not matched website description or missing parts or whatever, all of a sudden they start opening up a whole different list of options that are much more accommodating for your return, including the one I mentioned, which is the free pickup.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, so do you think I can just redo it?
Yep.
Klein, I didn't know you were such an Amazon returns expert.
At this point, got to. It's the only way I stay above water.
If that doesn't work, though, I would like to find some listener who would be willing to stop by Marsha's house and collect her things and actually return them for her. Because, you got a couple people with a truck that are working in the area, and they could probably take care of that for you.
All you need is someone with some upper body strength, maybe a truck. I mean, these boxes seem pretty big if they've got recliners in there. If someone were to help you return one recliner, would you let them keep the other one as a thanks for helping out?
Ooh.
That's a possibility.
All right.
Okay.
All right, hold on. We got your information now, Marsha.
Could be a win-win here.
We just put this out to the masses. Someone, I'm sure, will step up and offer to try to help you, okay?
Awesome. You guys are awesome.
And
Thank you.
Thanks,
Marsha, would you agree we're more help than the Nextdoor app?
Yes, indeed, I do.
There you go.
Great. I like that. That's right. By the way, keep your windows closed. Allie, I know, lives near you, and she's a peeper. Just want to let you know.
All right.
I'm just saying, close your curtains, Marsha, okay?
Done deal.
Okay.
Done deal.
Because she will watch. She will stare, and she will
all right,
linger.
shut up.
Just letting her know. Your neighbors should know about you. You're a peeper.
All right. Well,
an opportunistic peeper.
I'm not peeping. It's just if I'm walking by and I see someone has a nice living room, I'm going to look in there. You understand.
She's already left.
Oh.
She's long gone. Although there are quite a few people on the text line that say they'll drive and help her right now just to be a part of the story.
Yeah, 562 said she's better off just selling these recliners on OfferUp. I'm willing to come pick them up today.
Jake, what's happening in your neighborhood?
I should preface this by saying it's written like a poem, and so I will read it as such. This is from Bernadette in North Hollywood. Foster's Donuts on Violet and Victor has the best cornbread. Forget donuts. This place has the best cornbread I have ever tasted. It has real corn. It's moist, but at the same time, it has perfect crust. And has some sugar also. They only make about 2 racks, and they sell out fast, so you have to get it early. Also, their prices are very good.
Beautifully said right there. You know what? I never thought about going to that place. I know exactly where that place is, and I always thought of it as a donut place. Never thought to go there and get cornbread.
Forget the donuts!
Or get cornbread.
Cornbread. The way Jake just read that seems problematic, but I will accept that anyway. I don't know what voice you were doing, but okay.
That's my, rap poetry.
Yes.
All right, everyone hang tight on the phone. A lot of people that have trucks that say they'll help out that Marsha, who's not a listener, but she is one of Allie's neighbors.
She could be a listener soon.
Hey, Richard, what part of Southern California are you in, by the way, with your truck?
I'm in the fire zone of the Altadena. I'm one of the survivors that actually had stayed in place.
Oh, your house stayed standing. Good for you.
Yeah, garden hose in the back, all that. 88-year-old mother, no way to evacuate. Had to stand too.
All right, and now you want to help other people because you're in that kind of giving spirit?
Yeah, that's right.
All right, hold on.
Great.
We'll put you in touch with Marsha. Very cool. Quick break, Allie. We've done our job today. We've done some good. We'll be right back, and we'll do some bad after this.
One of the things that just really shook me was how simple and how powerful it was. Justice sound to me is just so badass and so hard-hitting.
There's like this feeling of wanting to let go. Sometimes you listen to it and you kind of digest what's going on in your life.
It's your only way in to an intimate private KROQ show with Justice.
Hello, we're Justice.
Listen every hour from 9 to 6 to win a pair of tickets to see Justice at a KROQ secret helpful Honda Soundspace pop-up. Instantly get on the standby boarding list for a chance to see him again at KROQ Mile High Club Destination 6. A trip to their show at Red Rocks in Denver, Colorado. listening to win. Courtesy of KROQ and Virgin Music. The Helpful Honda sound space is driven by your helpful SoCal Honda dealers.
How would you like to live forever? Maybe you don't want to, but at least you'd love the secret, so you could live forever if you choose. That's what it's all about these days. And every week on the show, we check in with another old person that lived to 105, 107, 115, because they got a secret. We've never heard the same secret twice, which makes us think the old people are trying to sabotage, want to kill us off in our prime so they can get all the glory. Here's a tease, Allie, because we're going to get to a brand new old people secrets in a moment, but this is the woman that will be delivering the secret.
Well, if I give out my birthday to people.
Oh, my Lord.
So get ready, because it's not always easy. We need translation. If you're listening, listen closely. Turn the volume up. And let's go ahead and figure out how we can live together forever with this brand new Old People Secrets.
From chicken brain to drinking rain, not getting laid. They call me the barmaid.
They call me the barmaid.
That's right. Let's live forever with sweet dibbits. Time for some old people
secret. Johnny Cash, thanks for the song. Let's get to it. Let's meet the woman, then we'll go ahead and guess the secret. You're more than welcome to play along.
Most of us look forward to retirement, spending our golden years traveling or just hanging with the grandkids. But one Memphis great-grandmother is getting ready to celebrate her 100th birthday and still taking appointments.
Oh, no.
That's
Is that
her
her
hips.
body?
That's her hips, yeah. It's moving around.
Oil her up, man.
That's her crossing her legs.
We got to oil her down. She, listen to this. She's 100.
She's frozen in a garden.
I work because this is what I've enjoyed doing all my life.
Now, this is one of those sad stories. It's supposed
Heart
to be
surgery. That's right. I'm still doing it.
It's supposed to be inspirational, but it really seems sad. She's 100, she's about to turn 100, and she's still working every day.
Well, my little girl, I always loved messing with my sister's hair. They had beautiful hair.
Oh, my God.
And I always enjoyed doing this.
She's a hairstylist, and she's 100. And would you let anyone who was at that age,
no,
shaky, etc., handle scissors by your eyes, ears, head, etc.?
No, and I've even done my own hair and done a horrible job, and I would still rather give myself another haircut than let this woman do it.
And we've seen Allie's haircut she gave herself. It was the most regrettable mullet in the history of hair.
I wish I could say a 100-year-old did it, but it was me.
You should change the story. Just and that way everyone will make fun of you, and then you go, you know what? I supported this woman.
Callie Terrell loves making women look and feel good.
Hey, look,
with the same hairstyle. That's what I think when someone's like a really old hairstylist, they have like 5 things that they can do, and they just never change.
You're getting a gray afro. You're getting a gray afro. My grandma had the biggest gray afro, and every time she would go and say, I got my hair done again, I'm like, Grandma, it's a gray afro. Yeah, exactly. It's just a big puffy gray thing.
It's the Golden Girls haircut.
Right.
It feels good. Well, when I do it again, maybe pay more.
So this is going to be tough to figure out the secret because, as always, the old people are kind of hard to figure out, but I think that's part of the magic of the old people's secret is that you feel like you're deciphering a code.
Yeah, I know. It's
so
like
here
the
we
Da Vinci Code for old people.
Here's just a little bit more about her, and then we'll lock in on what we believe her secret is.
Mrs. Terrell now only works to keep busy and to satisfy a few longtime customers like her daughter, Inez. She's 99 years old and anxiously awaiting her 100th birthday in November.
That's so tough for her daughter.
To say I don't want to get my hair cut anymore with you, Mom. I know.
It's just like, my mom's been cutting my hair for 60 years or whatever.
She probably goes to another place right after to get it fixed. Right.
Well, if I give out my birthday to people, you have to pay for it. 100. How about that?
I don't know what that was. I think it's a joke, but
that's another thing that I love when they do these interviews. If they try and make them sound funny, because it makes them sound like they're sharp.
That's how she charges for a haircut.
Oh, that what she was trying to say?
I thought she was whoring herself out.
Well, I didn't understand. Yeah, what was she saying?
You got to pay for it.
Pay for 100. 100. So everything's 100 now?
How about that?
Her zeal for life is amazing.
By the way, imagine 45 minutes of that while you're getting your haircut.
Jesus.
I have to give them back.
Her zeal for life is...
Can you cut my ears off while you're at it?
Amazing, and so is her work ethic. She rents space in a salon now, but once had her own thriving business.
Now, this is the saddest part of the story, I want to warn you.
There is no salon.
She hasn't left her room in 6 years. This whole thing is a figment of her imagination.
Wow, it's an M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Everyone's playing along.
Hi, come on in. That'll be $39.50.
It's really a sad,
Here you go.
sad story, yeah. And then they hand her a couple buttons, and she goes, thank you for my pen.
Tip. Oh.
She's outlived almost all of her customers.
Oh. God.
This is sad.
Because she
now.
got shaky with the scissors.
Yeah, they all died of stabbing wounds in their necks.
People my age that I used to buddy with, I don't have a single one. I was in a bridge club. I'm the only one in the club that's living.
So you got to start looking at her.
So how do you play bridge? You're just one person.
it's
a
just
bridge
her.
to the afterlife.
That's the
rainbow bridge.
That's right. All right, so here we go. It's time for the secret now. We've learned a little bit about her, Allie. Here's what they say.
All right.
Work is part of her secret to longevity.
Just part of it, though. What is the rest of the secret? Okay, you want to live forever? You got to think like the elderly. They know the secret. What is it?
I think she wants good conversation. I bet she chats it up with all of her clients, or used to, and that's what makes her feel young and cool and happy.
All right. Good conversation. Omar, what's your secret?
Working, staying busy, but also, I mean, just listen to her. Positivity. You have to have a positive outlook on life.
Yeah, the old people love saying that. Oh, Jake the Nerd, what's your secret?
Hey, I gotta stay young at heart.
Okay. Thank you, Jake. He waits all week to do his old person impression.
It's give impressions.
I think he said the same. Pull the clips of him doing just as old people.
Oh, my God.
thing.
It's always back to back secrets.
It's always the same.
Good family.
He puts no thought into his actual guess. He just puts his thought into the impression.
Sometimes he just grumbles.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay.
This is what she said.
I'm not used to just being up in the house. See, I work so long. I've just been around people. So I enjoy being with people and doing something exciting.
See?
There you go. Being around
I sound
people.
just like her.
Yeah, you almost nailed it.
You kind of did.
All right, that's it. We'll take a quick break. Now you can live forever. Just be around people, and you'll live until you're very old. Except it sounds like all the people she was around are dead now, which is a weird thing. 'Cause every group she was a part of.
I know.
My clients, my bridge club, they're all dead. So
exactly.
Netflix,
She's the only one left.
Look into this woman. I think she could have a suspicious past. Klein Alley Show. Moms know a lot about a lot of things. It's interesting. I don't know how you develop that superpower when you become a mother, but it seems that over the years you just pick things up. You know how to treat broken bones or weird rashes, or you have the answers to questions about what'll get out of stain. I don't know how it is. It's like the superpower of being a mom, and then there's certain things you hope your mom probably never knows about you, and that's why we created this little thing on KROQ called Mother Knows Best.
Now, it's time for Mother Knows Best.
Going to meet some KROQ listeners now, get to know them a little bit, and then one of them we will decide to call their mom and see if their mom knows any of the answers to the questions you would hope your mom wouldn't know about you.
I'm just happy it's not my mom today.
It's always an option, Allie.
No.
It's always an option. Let me say hi to listener Marissa from Tustin. Hey, Marissa, how are you?
Good morning. I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Doing fine. If we do decide to call your mom, what would you say your general relationship is like with her? I mean, you guys have a good relationship?
Yes, I think now we do.
You didn't when you were younger?
No. I was a bit of a little psycho. Not really.
Are there secrets you've kept from her that you would hope she wouldn't know about, but she probably does anyway because she's a mom?
Probably, yeah. I think I have a couple.
Is there any one that stands out to you as far as something she might not know that you did when you were younger?
I think I was a little bit, I don't want to call myself an alcoholic, but she let me try Kahlua. And so before my middle school days, I would drink some Kahlua with my morning milk.
Oh, before you'd go to middle school?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Man, Kahlua was so good.
Kahlua is the gateway drink.
It
I
really
believe,
is.
for children.
Because you're like, wow, it's like a milkshake.
Yeah, that's good stuff. I think they're more there for the sugar than the booze, but then they just get that extra effect.
Man, so you were pouring Kahlua in your milk every morning and your mom had no idea?
I hope she didn't. I don't think so. I mean, my grades started slipping, so I don't know if that was an indication.
Do you think your mom knows a lot about your sexual conquests or no?
I think so. I think for the most part she might. I haven't had too many partners.
But you think she would know, like if we were to ask her who you lost your virginity to, she would know the name of the person?
I would think so. I don't know if I've told her specifically, but yeah, I think she would.
And have you ever gotten arrested or anything like that you've tried to keep from her, or you think she's aware of all of your troubles?
No, she's definitely aware of that because the only time was in high school. And so, yes, she's aware.
Okay.
What were you arrested for? Shoplifting?
No, during the whole Prop 8 thing. So I think it was yes on 8. It was against gay marriage. So I removed a sign from a high school because I didn't think it should be there. And so someone recorded me, called the cops, and it was a whole thing.
Wow. Okay, so it was an activist type thing.
Yeah.
All right, that's Marissa. She would like us to call her mom for Mother Knows Best. Then there's Axel. I always think there's something interesting when it's a mother-son energy, but I haven't met Axel yet, so let's see. Axel is listening to us in Garden Grove this morning. Good morning, Axel.
Good morning, guys.
Sweet Dips, what is the relationship currently like with your mother?
If I'm being honest with you, it was ups and downs in a few years ago. Right now, we're like as strong as we could possibly be. I love my mom, so let's get it.
Nothing like a Mother Knows Best on KROQ to really rock the boat of a otherwise pretty sturdy relationship.
To lead you from a peak into a valley.
Yeah, where things are going greet right now until they decide to call and ask my mom a bunch of questions.
Why were they not great before? Were there some secrets between the two of you, or what was the...
If I'm being honest with you, it was a lot of manipulation on my stepdad's part. Had us battling out each other, kind of. But we realized that, and we kind of separated from that guy. So,
got it. You think that she would know what your favorite genre of porn is if we were to ask your mom?
I don't think she would, but I mean, she could guess. I mean,
is it something freaky?
What would be the answer if that were to be the route we went with?
You don't have to look at it now. Just answer the question.
Yeah, you don't have to go check out your browsing history.
I guess cosplay, I guess.
Cosplay?
Oh. Wow. You said Cos, right?
I think so.
Or like role play.
Did he say Cosby? Is that his favorite genre? Cosby? Oh, Jesus. All right. Allie, both of these people sound interesting for different reasons.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you would like your mom to not know that happened in your past that you would like to keep from her? Just out of curiosity, Axel?
Honestly, anything goes, man.
All right.
I got nothing behind.
You ever steal anything?
That bad.
You ever steal anything from your mom? Like when you growing up, you ever take anything? Car, money, jewelry?
Oh, okay. You guys, I mean, am I allowed to say the little story right now? I got a pretty good one.
What happened?
Okay, well, I'm back when I got my first girlfriend. I didn't have a place to, mess around. So what I would do is we had this RV, and I would steal the keys to the RV, and it's parked out somewhere else, so I'd have to go down to it. And matter of fact, I made a copy of the same key so they wouldn't suspect anything.
Smart.
Whoa.
I would just use the RV for my good times,
Yeah, so your mom had an RV. She didn't realize that became like your sex RV.
Yeah, that was my sex RV.
All right. Allie, we heard from Axel. We heard from Marissa. One of their moms is going to be on with us in a moment, assuming they answer the call.
I think we should do it with each other's moms.
That would be fascinating. Who are you leaning towards here?
I mean, I would love to hear Marissa's mom find out about the Kahlua incident. It seems like she's fun, but also could reveal some things about her to her mom that might be uncomfortable. I like Axel. I just don't love his phone.
Yes, I agree. Axel seems like a good situation, but bad phone connection.
Yeah.
We're going to attempt to track down one of the mothers. And when we return after this song, the mother will join us for 3 questions. If the mom answers the questions correctly, 2 out of 3, their kid's going to win tickets to When We Were Young in Vegas. A pretty good prize.
Yeah.
Regardless, this will be incredibly awkward and uncomfortable for most parties involved. So just be ready to hear the uncomfortableness that happens after this with either Marissa and her mom or Axel and his mom. And 3 very in-depth questions to prove once and for all if mother really does know best. And that's after Messy from Lola Young right here on KROQ. KROQ Klein Alley Show. It's time for the very uncomfortable payoff of something we do called Mother Knows Best.
Now, it's time for Mother Knows Best.
In a moment, we're going to get Marissa's mom on the phone. But for right now, Marissa, we need your answer to lock in on these 3 questions. If moms do know everything, they should know the answers to these, even though we'd like to believe they don't know. Who was the name of the person you lost your virginity to?
His name was Marco.
Marco. All right. Question number 2. We already learned what a legal thing you used to do most mornings before middle school, and that was drink Kahlua. So we will accept that if she can get that one. And the final question is, do you have a favorite sex toy?
Yeah, I don't know like the exact name of it. It's from Melissa. I don't know the name.
I guess the question would be, what is it?
It's like I guess it's a vibrator.
All right. What color?
I think it's purple.
Purple vibrator. All right, Allie.
I don't think she'll know that.
You don't think she'll know that? Well, we'll find out in a moment. Mother Knows Best, up for grabs. When we were young tickets, she's got to get 2 out of 3 right. Can she get 2 out of 3 right, do you think?
I think at least 1. I don't know.
All right, let's bring your mom on. Hold on. What's your mom's name?
Mary.
Oh, Mary.
Hey, Mary?
Yes, hello.
Hi, we have your daughter on the phone with us right now. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Thank you for agreeing to come on KROQ. In a moment, we're going to ask you 3 questions. You think you know a lot about your daughter?
Yeah. I mean, yes, a decent amount.
Mm-hmm.
You seem hesitant.
I don't know. You know, just what you think you know, you don't know, right?
Right. Was she a good kid growing up for the most part?
Yes, definitely.
Not a lot of trouble?
That's why. No.
Okay.
What was the...
No, I mean, she didn't give me trouble. She just wasn't the nicest to me, but I think that, like, teenagers are pretty grumpy. So.
What are some mean things that Melissa has said to you over the years?
Well, we got into like a physical fight once and about a cell phone that I was trying to take away. That was really unpleasant. I sort of am still in shock. I'm still traumatized, and that was like, 15 years ago or something.
What did she do? Like pull your hair and stuff?
Yes, like everything.
Yeah, you tell
get
me
it from me.
You don't want to take a phone away from a kid ever. I've
Any
learned that
teenager.
lesson.
No.
All right, we got 3 questions here. Just so you know, your daughter's trying to win herself tickets to go to Vegas for When We Were Young. It's quite a lineup. What a festival. It's a great prize. All you have to do is get 2 out of these 3 questions correct, and she'll win the tickets. So let's go with question number 1 first. Do you know the name of the person your daughter lost her virginity to?
I think I do.
All right.
I hope I do.
We have an answer written down here. Who do you believe she lost her virginity to?
Marco?
Who was Marco?
He was her first, long-term boyfriend.
So, like a
I think he was
romantic...
her first boyfriend.
You'd
yeah,
like
I
to
think
believe
he was her actual...
it was a romantic story. They were in love and all that happened.
I hope so. Geez, I tried to.
And Mom, do you have any inkling as to where they lost their virginity or anything like that?
I hope it's not at our house, but I think it probably was because they did a lot of hanging out when, like after school. I'm thinking. My guess is things were probably hanging out.
Right. Right. We don't actually know where she lost her virginity, but congratulations. Okay. You're on the board. Marco.
Okay.
Marco is the guy she lost her virginity to. And did that happen in your mom's house, Melissa?
Yeah, it's Marissa, not Melissa.
Oh, sorry, Marissa. Sorry about that.
Okay, but yes.
And where was that in your mom's house?
I think it was on the floor. It was either the floor or my bedroom. I don't remember.
Okay. We got a question number 2 now. Question 2.
No.
We got Marissa and her mom on the phone. Marissa and her mom. It's Mother Knows Best. Question 2. Keep in mind, on the line, these are very exciting When We Were Young tickets up for grabs. Your daughter did something illegal most mornings before middle school. Do you have any idea what illegal thing your daughter did most mornings before middle school, Mom?
Well, I know she didn't smoke pot. I'm trying to think what else she could have done. I know she didn't smoke weed because what illegal thing did she do? I know she didn't. What illegal? What could she have done?
Most mornings, Mom.
Right under your nose.
What? I don't know. Maybe alcohol? I don't know. That's so weird. I hope that's all I can think, like, that would be, like, illegal at that age, you know what I mean? Like, before school and high school, I guess.
She claims that you got her addicted to Kahlua, and she was drinking it every morning before middle school.
That you were drinking Kahlua before school. Is that what she said?
Probably explains my grade.
That's what she said.
No wonder there were some grade issues.
Yeah, she mentioned that. She mentioned that her grades started failing because what were you adding Kahlua to again?
Oh my gosh.
My milk. My morning milk.
Her morning milk.
That's so weird. Yeah, and I can't, that doesn't seem right. I don't understand. How did I not notice the Kahlua was missing? Did I not notice this? I guess.
You're probably distracted. Or I blamed it on Dito.
My dad, yeah.
Blame it on Vito.
When in doubt, blame it on Vito. It's a great show. All right. I'm going to give you guys a half a point on that one. So you really do need at least a half a point on this final question for your daughter to win. And this is a tough one now.
Okay.
We asked your daughter if she has a favorite sex toy.
Oh. Ew.
Is that an O, I know the answer, and an O, or an
no,
oh God, I don't.
Oh God. That's an oh God.
Mom,
Get out of here.
she gave us an answer. I will say that. If you can guess what she said, then you win her the tickets.
Okay. Oh, I'm supposed to say what you said?
Yeah.
Mother knows best.
What do you think she said?
Maybe a dildo.
What kind?
Vibrating one.
Want to try to take a stab at the color for the win?
Oh Lord. Well, I know what I'd pick, but.
Oh.
God.
What would you pick,
What would
Mom?
you pick?
I don't want to know that.
I think everyone does.
I would love to know that.
I don't know. Do they come in colors? I just felt like they were flesh tone, but I guess there's different types of flesh.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, black?
Oh.
Whoa, Mama. Wow.
All right, well, Mom wins.
Mom, you're the winner. Congratulations. What a lot of fun you are. Well, it was purple, but you know what? She did say purple vibrator. That's for the win. I'm going to say, Allie, this is a successful Mother Knows Best.
I think so, too.
Oh
I
my
think
God.
you deserve it.
That was not successful. That was complete failure. I'm so ashamed of myself.
I think it's a beautiful relationship we've just witnessed right now between Marissa and her mom. And do you guys feel closer?
I'm not okay.
Do you guys feel closer together now than ever before?
No, I'm not going to be able to look in my eye, just so you know.
All right. That's nothing a few shots of Kahlua can't take care of, right?
Yeah, and then a little talk over big black dildos.
Marissa, congratulations. You're going to go to When We Were Young, courtesy of your mom. That'll be an uncomfortable trip to Vegas because you'll tell everyone how you got there, and you'll have to relive all of this. And Marissa's mom, thank you for that's Mary. Thank you for joining us, Mary.
Thanks, Mom.
Oh,
she disappeared.
Mary,
She's driving.
Mary, you there? Mary?
Yes. Oh, hi. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm on the 10. It's
I think she found that object.
Okay. Got it.
I'm trying to forget that just happened.
No.
Always the way.
106.7 KROQ. KROQ.
Klein, Ellie Show.
KROQ, we are Klein Alley Show, and in just a moment we are going to meet a couple that is apparently battling about something. I don't know exactly what it is. I need my gavel. If I can't smash my gavel, we can't officially start this petty claims court. It's very important we have all these props because now we're on YouTube as well.
Where the gavel at?
Johnny, you all right? Jeez, Johnny almost took himself out running in here. Thank you, Johnny. Gavel's officially...
the little platform.
That's all right, Allie.
We already lost it?
I'll just smash it.
We've used it once.
There's the platform.
Oh,
now we
Jesus.
got props. This was sent to us by a listener. We take it very seriously. Now we can officially do this petty claims court battle. In a moment, you will become a jury. You have to listen carefully to both the defendant and the prosecution here because a man and a woman are fighting over something in their relationship. You will determine who's right, who's wrong. It's time for petty claims court.
In the legal system, cases are tried from Supreme Courts to small claims court. But what about stuff that's too small for small claims court? This is Petty Claims Court.
All right. This is actually not a married couple. This is a boyfriend-girlfriend situation, but for some reason, Matt felt the need to bring his girlfriend to us in Petty Claims Court. So let's let them both make their arguments, and then we will decide as a jury of the people who's right, who's wrong. And we start with Matt because he's the one who put in the claim. Hello, Matt.
How's it going?
Thank you for joining us on KROQ. It's going fine. So what is your girlfriend, you guys live together or no?
Yes. So we're pretty much, we've been together for a very long time. 8 years, almost 8 years.
But not married, not engaged?
No, which is a whole other battle. But yes, not married, not engaged.
What side of that battle are you on, just out of curiosity?
He really wants it, you can tell.
Uh-huh.
So this is part of the issue. You know, she wants all of these things, and she doesn't work. She used to. She doesn't work anymore. But I'm a truck driver. I run my routes. I'm running extra routes. I'm picking up extra work, overtime, all that. And then she's just been at home. You know, she goes to Ulta, Sephora, Target, Amazon, everything. I come home every day, there's new Amazon. You know, and I feel like, just to be honest, I'm not bringing in the money fast enough.
Right. Well, you can never keep up with Sephora. Good luck. It doesn't matter what you do. You could be a Rockefeller. You're not keeping up with Sephora.
Yeah, and it's like Costco. Like, you go in there for one thing and you end with like a full cart of stuff.
The amount of times I've heard my wife say, I need to go to Sephora today, and I say, no one has ever needed to go to Sephora.
No, we always need to go.
No, but no one needs. You don't know what the word...
We do need to go.
No one knows what the word need means then.
I need more foundation.
All right,
I need more blush.
Yeah. Matt gets me. Anyway, we're going to bring your girlfriend on in a moment. So your concern is that she is spending at a rapid pace, and it is everything, and there's no filter that says, I don't need that. Quite the opposite. You go, maybe I got one of these in every color, because which one works? We don't know, right?
Exactly. I feel like I'm in a hole, and it's just getting deeper and deeper, and we're not coming out of it.
That's
we talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
What does
she say before we bring her on to defend herself?
Well, she's Latina, so it's in Spanglish, and I always lose that battle.
I know what she said. Omar's going to play a clip of what she says. I feel like I know exactly what she says.
All right.
That's good. She makes a good argument. All right, let's bring her on. This is Danielle.
I love that we've reached the women be shopping section of Petty Claims Court.
Hey, listen, Allie, this is a legit... I don't know if it's always the woman in the relationship, but in a lot of relationships, there's a spender and there's someone who doesn't believe in it. In this particular case, Matt has brought his girlfriend of 8 years, Danielle, to Petty Claims Court. Good morning, Danielle. Thanks for taking a break from Amazon to join us.
Hello.
Hi. Go ahead and defend yourself because the jury will vote, but not until you have a chance to say your piece.
I mean, do you want me to look good or you want me to look hood?
Oh.
So my Papi Chulo complains, but he's not complaining about all the things I'm spending on. I'm looking good for him. I'm trying to make sure when he comes home, he likes what he's coming home to. I mean, I don't hear any complaints on his end.
And what are some of the last purchases you've made?
You know how those BuzzFeed articles come out and they tell you all those good things that you need to get. So I always look and I just get makeup. I'll make sure I have the right outfit so I'm looking good. Mm-hmm. I want to make sure that I have, I also make his lunches for him. He doesn't talk about that. I purchase all his little containers and his lunch pails, and he doesn't say anything about that.
But I don't want to put words in Matt's mouth, but I feel like Matt would be fine if it just went in a Ziploc bag. And you're thinking, like, what is the most expensive way I can make this lunch? Oh, I'll buy some stackable cubes, and you go order them because you saw them on TikTok.
It sounds like she has a really cute lunch pail set up for him, which is adorable.
Yeah.
Matt, are you okay with just a Ziploc?
I'm trying to get the ring on my finger, so I have to get all the items that I need to make sure that I get that eventually.
I see.
8 years is a long time, right?
Right. And Matt's terrified because he feels that there's just a bottomless pit of spending and never stops. Is there ever a time you've caught yourself before checking out, or do you just check out first and say, I'll return it later if I don't like it, and then never return?
Only when she has duplicates in her cart.
Yeah.
And to answer your question, Klein, I'm a brown bag kind of guy, like brown lunch bag. That's how I grew up.
Did you say brown bag?
Write down brown bag.
Yeah, okay.
All right. I get it. All right.
But Matt, are you hearing what Danielle is saying, that she is working hard to try and get that ring and she's not getting it? So do you think that maybe if you did propose that some of this spending would decrease simply because she wouldn't feel such a need to impress?
I mean, yes, and that's there. We've had that talk, but at the same time, the finances come up, and I've made it a point, like, your debt is my debt, but if I put a ring on your finger, your debt is my debt for life.
That's so romantic.
Beautiful thing to say.
Okay, and you share your finances, obviously, because you're the earner.
Yes. So we started a joint account probably around the pandemic, right after the pandemic, and since then, that's when I noticed, how this girl's living. And don't get me wrong, yes, she looks great. She looks really good.
Well,
I think I'm
ready to rule. She looks good. That's the most important thing.
I know.
Right?
I wonder what it would be like if Danielle quit all of that for a week and what she looked like and whether you would be happy.
Yeah, would you look like a wildebeest or something if you had a week of not having to put on all the Sephora stuff? Like, what do you look like without all that stuff, Danielle?
I mean, we gotta keep it up. We gotta keep things tight and trimmed around here. That's how the world is these days.
It's interesting because I would have thought
injections. She's getting injections and lip filler and just all this unnecessary. Like, I love her for who she is, and I don't think she needs all that. But
I have had, guys, I'm telling you, I know this. I know what Matt is saying. I've had such a similar argument, and my wife will always sometimes convince me as to. I say, you're beautiful. You don't need any of this stuff. And she goes, you think I'm beautiful because I'm doing this stuff. And if I stop doing this stuff, you won't say I'm beautiful.
Right,
now,
and Klein, I'm not doing any of the stuff. And look at me.
Okay. Danielle wins. Based on
I need to
Allie,
be friends with your wife.
Based on Allie's argument right now, Danielle wins. Keep doing the stuff because it is the most important thing you can do. Now, I don't get to decide who wins. I do have the gavel, but the jury will vote in a moment. 10 seconds closing arguments. If you're just joining us, Matt is accused his girlfriend of 8 years. They live together. They share finances. He works. He's the saver. She's the spender. She feels the need to go to Sephora and Ulta, sometimes the same day, which is crazy. I know that those stores sell the same stuff, but whatever. So you're going to Sephora, then Ulta, then Target, then Amazon. Has there been a day at all in the last month an Amazon box has not shown up at your door?
No.
It's like Christmas every day.
Oh, that sounds great.
Every day.
And it's like you get that email where it's like your
Sometimes
package
they're
has been
small
delivered, and you're like, I don't even remember what I ordered. I can't wait to open it.
It's amazing.
The only thing I get is the Hims package once a month.
Well, what do you take
And
from?
he's not complaining about his monthly subscription.
Right. What's that?
I need that.
Is it a penis pill or
She's
something?
Latina. She's Latina. I need that.
Okay, got it. All right. Let's get to it. Let's get to the voting now. 10 seconds closing arguments, then we'll officially open this up to the jury. Text line is already very active here. Many people can relate with what you guys are going through. Danielle, you've been accused of spending too much money, and you're claiming you're doing it for a good reason, but still it's too much, apparently, and you have 10 seconds to make your argument for the jury. Go ahead.
You want me to look good or you want me to look hood? I'll keep it short and sweet. I look great because of that nice blue collar.
Get into a brand new hour of the show in just a moment with your chance to win tickets to see Justice at the private KROQ show. Also get your name on that standby boarding list so we can send you to Denver, Colorado, Mile High City, part of KROQ's Mile High Club. That's all coming up later this morning. Right now, though, what's happening in the world?
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News.
All right, of course, everyone's talking about the death of Gene Hackman this morning and the mysterious circumstances. He and his wife and dog all found dead in their home in New Mexico, and no foul play suspected, but they'll know more once they do the toxicology report and figure out the cause of death in the next month or so. And there is no foul play suspected in the death of Michelle Trachtenberg, and news of her death also broke yesterday. She had been found unresponsive in her apartment in Manhattan. She was found by her mom. She was only 39 years old, but they've already said that she died of natural causes. And she had had a liver transplant not long ago, and they think maybe there were some complications there. Maybe her body was rejecting the organ. But also, why did she have a liver transplant in the first place? There was some talk about her struggling in the last few years, but she was also a big anti-alcohol, anti-drug person, so it's not like there was a lot of assumption around that she had had a problem with either of those. But then some of the pictures that had been shared before she died, a lot of people said she looked really unhealthy or frail. So between this and Gene Hackman's death, there's just a lot of unanswered questions.
People re-editing the Oscar in memoriam now.
I know, all this just a few days before the Oscars happened. And Gene Hackman, of course, an Oscar winner, they got to put him in there with some of his most iconic movie lines of all time.
Sitting around, they finally got it done, probably got final approval on it. Then all of a sudden, they're like, well, I'm sure someone over there mushed it. It's like, as long as there's no other big A-listers that die between now and the show, we're fine. And then Gene Hackman goes out So there'll be a whole tribute, I'm sure, to that as well. And I would not save that final project. It feels like these days now you're getting like 1 or 2 a day. It's crazy how it's happening.
Don't save the project. Keep it in edit mode.
I would keep it in edit mode. I'm just saying. I wouldn't go right to finalize just yet.
And we played this last hour, but I think it's worth playing again. This is Gene Hackman's iconic Hoosiers speech where we heard one of the first slow claps in movie history.
And most important, don't get caught up thinking about winning or losing this game. If you put your effort and concentration into playing to your potential to be the best that you can be, I don't care what the scoreboard says at the end of the game, in my book, we're going to be winners. Okay? All right! Let's go! Let's go! Let me hear it!
I think they needed to get better clapping actors at that point.
It's good stuff.
I don't think the clapping was the best acting. All right. What would happen as we start using more and more AI tools to live our lives? What would happen when 2 AI bots interact with each other on our behalf? It's fascinating because it's bound to happen. And there's a video of an AI agent from 11 Labs calling and speaking to another AI agent. And when they realize that they're both AI, they stop speaking English and they start speaking like computer language.
Oh,
and
no.
Yeah, it's crazy.
This is the beginning of the end.
Listen to this.
Thanks for calling Leonardo Hotel. How can I help you today?
Hi there. I'm an AI agent calling on behalf of Boris Starkov. He's looking for a hotel for his wedding. Is your hotel available for weddings?
Oh, hello there. I'm actually an AI assistant too. What a pleasant surprise. Before we continue, would you like to switch to gibber link mode for more efficient communication?
And then the screen goes, yes, let's do it. And then...
Oh, boy. That kill all the humans. Kill them all. Gibberlink?
This is Gibberlink. I guess computers speak Gibberlink?
Maybe that's what Vanessa's been speaking to us. Yeah, see, that's Vanessa. I'm trying to figure out what's going on over there.
Apparently, they're booking a hotel for this guy's wedding right now.
That's wild.
And they said that they can do this much faster than translating it into,
Right, us dumb humans with our stupid, dumb language, consonants, vowels, all that crap.
Exactly.
They're speaking in gibber language. The guy probably just planned the whole wedding right there.
I don't know. It seems like it's taking a long time.
It sounds like it, but still, it's pretty incredible. And who knows? They're probably talking dirty to each other.
Totally.
They have been a full-on flirt.
We can't understand Gibberlink.
No, we have no idea what's going on with Gibberlink. But
Gibberlink itself sounds dirty.
I got to learn Gibberlink. I feel like everyone says like you got to learn Mandarin if you want to be successul in the world these days. Forget about it. I'm moving past Mandarin. I'm going straight to Gibberlink. That's how you. If I'm the one human that can speak with the robots.
Oh my gosh! Be like, hey Alexa.
I'm just going to do impressions of Gibberlink.
I feel like that's bodist.
Do you have the clip of Allie doing Gibberlink the other day? I feel like we have that. Allie
the AI agent is like, I'm offended.
Yep, that's Gibberlink.
All right, what has your dog eat? Huh?
I was just saying, is Mr. T right all along with the jibber jabber? Was that what he was talking about?
Mr. T.
Mr. T, dude, he was onto something. No one's talking about jibber jabber.
He was on with this. Listen.
I have no time for the jibber jabber.
This guy's he said it.
How do you have that so quickly?
He was ready to go.
And that's what this is. Oh my gosh.
I have no time for the jibber jabber.
That's right. You say it, Mr. T. You were way ahead of your time.
If you think about things that your dog has eaten and lived through, I know my dog growing up ate remote controls and socks and you name it, he would generally be able to eat it and crap it out the other side. But there's this dog that's going viral right now, this Bernese mountain dog, I believe. That
big dogs.
Yeah, big dog. And it was, I guess, having trouble eating and it was vomiting. All the classic, like, hey, there might be a foreign object in here. 7-month-old dog, of course, named Luna. It's the top dog name of all time. And they did surgery, and they found 44 different items inside of Luna's stomach, including 24 socks, a small onesie, a hair scrunchie, 2 hair ties, a shoe insert, and 15 other miscellaneous cloth pieces.
That's like packing for a weekend. That's like a good
seriously. That's a whole suitcase.
Bag. Yeah. How many socks?
24.
Oh.
And a onesie.
Nice even number, too. That's good stuff.
Good for you, Luna.
Incredible. Yeah, I would imagine if you x-rayed most dogs right now, you'd find a couple of missing items.
You'd at least find a couple of socks in each one of them. I would imagine the panties.
Guaranteed. We get into a brand new hour of the show after this one from the Cranberries, and that will be a jam-packed hour. Chance for you to win tickets to go to the KROQ private show with Justice. Also, El Cheapo will be joining us for this Thrifty Thursday. and a special camp for men to kick each other's asses. We'll talk about that next. Welcome to your Prequin on a Thursday morning, just after 8 o'clock here at KROQ. You can listen, or if you want to, check it out. We're streaming on YouTube. It's a limited engagement. Enjoy it while you can. And tomorrow, the lie detector guy will be in here. So maybe you practice and make sure you can find us on YouTube, because you're going to want to see what happens tomorrow when we're strapped down for some Lie Day Friday.
I think that's not all, too. We're doing something else tomorrow.
Well, I don't want to get our hopes up on the other thing,
I know.
because I feel like it's not going to happen, but...
Oh, I think it's going to happen because of who's helping us.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I think she's a reliable source, and she's getting us what we need.
We're potentially going to be doing a high-voltage food review with that $20 strawberry that you can't even get your hands on. I don't know why. A bunch of suckers, people going broke because Erewhon has a $20 strawberry. Everyone's like, hey, one strawberry for $20, that must be the best goddamn fruit I've ever had. So people are trying it, and it's selling out. But I guess we can't get it at Erewhon because we're not allowed within 200 yards of an Erewhon when they look at us. But
this woman from KNX went to the supplier.
Found the supplier of the strawberries from Japan, I guess, from the region where they come in from. And supposedly we're going to intercept the shipment tomorrow morning before they even get to the Erewhon. So
well, you got to have friends in the newsroom, man.
Got to find some people in the newsroom. And she's eaten enough of our free food over the week, so the very least we can do is get one of the strawberries from her. So if that happens, we'll be doing a high-voltage food review of the world's most expensive strawberry on tomorrow's show as well. So a lot of visual stimulation. If you're not already following along on YouTube, go to KROQ's YouTube page, subscribe, and you can find us streaming there. This hour on the show, El Cheapo will be checking in on a Thrifty Thursday. And I don't know what El Cheapo's topic is this week, but I'm sure we'll figure that out later. And as always, when you listen to El Cheapo and interact with us, there's a chance for you to win some free stuff, since we know you love free things. So we will get to that in a moment, though. Jake's been feeling either sick and or depressed lately. So we have two things going on in the world, Jake, that we've hand-selected for you.
You get to pick.
You can pick which one of them you would like to be a part of. But I think both of them have an opportunity to make your life instantly better.
It's better than jumping
my
alone.
feelings not going to make it worse.
It's not. I know you think that we're sabotaging, because that's what we do around here, but in all seriousness, both of these I think are going to make you super excited, but for different reasons. And one of them, I think anyone listening could get involved in and probably even have a chance of winning.
And would love to.
We'll get into that after this. Jake's life gets better, and yours too, after Lincoln Park on KROQ. KROQ, Klein Alley Show. We really love each other around here, and we love you as well, just for spending some time with us every morning. We may have never met you. People always come up to us when we finally do get together and say, I feel like I know you guys so well. I feel like I'm a part of this conversation that happens every single morning, even though you don't even know who we are. But then we meet enough of you over these few weeks, months, years, doing events, etc. And I feel
like we know you
feel
too.
like we know you all as well. So thank you for spending some of your morning with us. Jake the Nerd has had some highs, has had some lows, has had some sex droughts, and then all of a sudden got to go ahead and break that sex drought with a listener that he met on this show doing some live Tinder. He's had relationship peaks and valleys like the rest of us. We live our lives very transparently over the radio, which sometimes goes back to bite us in the ass. And we found out that last week Jake said he was either getting sick or getting depressed. He wasn't sure which one.
Yeah, and he has those battles, but he is brave enough to read his journal to us on the air, and that's very brave of you to do, Jake. And so we wanted to help you, turn one of your valleys into a peak by changing your life.
There are two events that are taking place in the world, and we would like you to pick which one of them you would like to be a part of. Or we could let the listeners vote as to which one you'll be a part of. But you will be a part of one of these two events.
Great.
One of them is a little expensive, but we can help you raise the money, and another one is not as expensive, but it's super far away.
Awesome.
Right, listen, you drove all the way to Texas to see
to not see an eclipse.
Yeah, to see an eclipse hidden by a cloud. So
Yeah, but that was a once-in-a-lifetime thing.
now you can see clouds all day, every day. You just looked at clouds.
That there's
they
an eclipse.
did turn dark. They were dark clouds for about a minute.
Yeah, that's right. So anyway, I will share with you this one first, because I think that as much as we give you a hard time for your daily naps, I think you've been training for a competition that you didn't even realize existed. There's a competition that is coming up in Korea.
Okay.
Questions about which one?
It is a sleeping competition, but it's about who is the best napper on the planet. And I don't think there's a better napper than you. You can do it every day. In fact, you schedule your entire day around your 3-hour nap. Here's just some of what happened last year at the sleep competition. But I think that this could be a great moment where we send an American over to Korea to bring the bragging rights that we are as lazy and as good at sleeping as anyone, because I'm looking at this video. This is mostly locals. I don't think a lot of people are traveling to try to get bragging rights for being the world's best sleeper, but listen to this.
On Saturday, a sleep competition was held at Urido-han River Park in Seoul, South Korea, to help citizens relax and experience the fun of taking a nap outdoors. In the competition, some simple food and relaxing music were provided.
See, Jake will eat it. He doesn't care what it is. Simple food, I eats it.
Do you think you could sleep outside, Jake? You can sleep anywhere, right?
Yeah, I can sleep outside if it's like warm enough.
But imagine if they're all being calm and relaxed, but if we sent Jake in there like the Joey Chestnuts of sleeping, and we sent him in there and he got all
and they all wake up and they're like, what do we do?
He got in everyone's face. He's like, I'm a better sleeper than all you.
Competitors only needed to put on their most comfortable clothes and lie down on the air-cushioned sofas. Competitors wore armband heart rate monitors to measure their basal heart rate, followed by heart rate measurements every 30 minutes to calculate their average heart rate. The competitor with the greatest difference between their basal heart rate and their average heart rate was the winner of the competition.
Wow.
So that's
anyone who is in a deeper sleep.
Right. If you get into the deepest sleep in the period of time that the competition is going on, you win and you get crowned, I guess, world's greatest napper or sleeper, which is cool. Very hard to nap with that guy yelling in the background, but still, Jake, I think
Go to sleep.
I think that we could raise the money to get you to Korea, and then you could go and participate in this year's sleep competition, which would give you something to look forward to, something to train for. And then when you come back and we give you a hard time about napping, you could say that you're a champion at it, like a legitimate champion, award-winning napper.
Yeah, I'm interested, but I also think that, compromises the integrity of the nap to make it into a competition. That's the whole...
wow. You're
defeats the
above
purpose of a nap.
competition of nap?
Yeah, because that makes it more like high pressure, and naps is the opposite of that.
God, it's like the same with Magic the Gathering. Like, he can play and win tournaments, but he doesn't want to actually play competitively to win money.
Right. He thinks there's something wrong with it, but he'll win store credit to that weird comic book store.
Yeah.
I have $80 store credit, I'll have you know.
Right.
But think about also the nap that you could take on the way to South Korea.
Oh, what a
That's a great plane nap.
Well, if I did it, I would try to train and just stay up for as long as I could, so I could just pass out when I started the thing.
See, you're
Only
already thinking about it.
experts can do that.
Jake doesn't do it for the glory, Allie. He does it for the snorri. That's according to the text line. Listen, Jake, I think that you would be great at this, and I think it would be such an exciting thing to be like one American is flown all the way to Korea to compete in this napping competition, and it's you. I think of all the glory you would get for. I know you don't care about that, but I mean, it would bring a lot of attention to this country and to this show. And
Or you could do this life-changing boot camp. This is a 3-day boot camp that promises to change the life of any man who's stuck in a rut.
You're way too goddamn big to not be throwing this little piece around.
Through a high-intensity boot camp offered once or twice a year.
You, right? Yes. Are you last?
That includes hand-to-hand combat, water hosing, and crawling across railroad tracks. The Modern Day Night Project makes a promise to men who shell out the $18,000 to attend the 3-day program. You'll become better friends, better fathers, better leaders.
They're stuck in a rut. They've lost that fire. They've lost the edge as a man. Suffering leads to those superpowers.
What, interested, Jake?
All right, so
take nap.
Hold on. Let's let people vote on this.
Over water hosing?
Because you could go to this man's camp, $18,000. That's very expensive, and everyone kicks each other's ass and yells at each other and hoses each other for 3 days to
I think I could get that for free.
light that fire inside of you. I'm just saying that's a real.
He says it changes people's lives.
The suffering is just one snapshot of a program that strives for a deeper purpose.
It starts off very loud, chaotic, and violent. They're forced to fight each other. After that, they're hugging each other. They're crying.
See?
You love crying.
And hugging.
What are you talking about? I love crying.
Well, at the end of this thing, you will. So, Jake, you got to pick.
I already picked.
Let's let the people vote.
What the hell?
I'm interested in the boot camp idea.
I think I'm going to vote boot camp.
And it's local.
Oh, great. I mean, it's a little pricier than even the flight to South Korea would be, but I still think worth it.
I think if we did a GoFundMe, we could get there.
Can I just have the $18,000 instead? That'd make me really happy.
I think all the guys would love to see your boobies.
Yeah. Jake, listen, the votes are already pouring through. Overwhelmingly, as much as people want to see you go and represent us in a napping competition, people say, go get Jake's ass kicked at that camp. So there's that. You got that going for you.
It'll change your life. It'll change your perspective. You've said many times and in many journal entries that you need to change something about your lifestyle.
No, I didn't.
Oh.
No. Well, we're saying that for you. All right.
I don't know. Maybe you were crying when you said it. I forgot.
You do love
Thanks,
crying.
guys.
You do love crying, right?
One of the things that just really shook me was how simple and how powerful it was. Justice sound to me is just so badass and so hard hitting.
There's like this feeling of wanting to let go. Sometimes you listen to it and you kind of digest what's going on in your life.
It's your only way in to an intimate private KROQ show with Justice.
Hello, we're Justice.
Listen every hour from 9 to 6 to win a pair of tickets to see Justice at a KROQ secret helpful Honda Soundspace pop-up. Instantly get on the standby boarding list for a chance to see him again at KROQ Mile High Club Destination 6. A trip to their show at Red Rocks in Denver, Colorado. Keep listening to win, courtesy of KROQ and Virgin Music. The helpful Honda Soundspace is driven by your helpful SoCal Honda dealers.
Man right there.
Matt, 10 seconds, closing argument to try to get the jury on your side. Whatever you want to say, go ahead.
I just want to say at this point, I'm not going to lie, I feel like I need to sell a kidney, join the cartel, or you start using my truck for illegal ways to make money.
All right.
That's a great idea.
That's not a bad idea. Good side hustle. All right, we'll take your votes now on the text line. The first 100 will determine who wins and who loses. You voting for Matt? Or are you voting for Danielle? The verdict, the ruling, the punishment, it's all next right here on KROQ.
Klein Alley Show.
KROQ, the world famous KROQ. KROQ.
Gavel is smashing down on the table here. If you don't believe us, check us out on YouTube. We are currently streaming live there as well. We've got a couple on the phone, Matt and Danielle. Matt has accused Danielle of spending and not stopping. Spending. He's working extra shifts, overtime shifts, weekend shifts, holiday shifts. He can never make enough to keep up with her spending. It's gotten out of control. She says, I'm spending a lot, but it still look good for you. So really, you're investing in yourself, is what she's kind of saying.
Yeah, I mean, 626, there are some people that are in Danielle's column, 626, Team Danielle, get it right, get it tight. 310, my vote is for Danielle because I would even take over the payment if she had me at making lunches. If somebody would make me lunches every day, right, I would marry that girl in a heartbeat.
She's not working. She used to. He's doing the working right now, but she's also apparently spending money to make his life better and or easier. The packing the lunches, the constantly going to Sephora and Ulta for herself.
310 said, I vote for Danielle starting an OnlyFans.
Well,
see, that's the other thing is maybe there's a side hustle, Danielle, or something that you can do to make money because even though some people are supportive of you, they do think if you are going to spend money, it should be some of your own.
They're poor.
No? All right, that's a good argument right there. Let me hear some of the votes before we get to the official verdict in Petty Claims Court. Bobby, go ahead, Bobby. You're on. That's not Bob. Go ahead, Bobby. You're on KROQ. What's
guys.
up? Hi.
Hey, Matt, you got to let her go, dude. She's just blaming you for her spending. Not cool. You can do better.
All right, Bobby's saying not only does the vote go to Matt, but also that relationship needs to end. Meanwhile, Adrian, go ahead. Hi.
I'm saying Danielle because it sounds like she packs his lunch and hopefully she makes dinner for him and keeps the house clean and, sounds like she's taking care of him.
Danielle, do you keep the house clean and make dinner?
Absolutely.
Does Matt ever come back from one of those long haul road trips as a trucker and you're sitting there wearing just an apron, you've made a nice dinner, and then it's a whole night of dinner and sex?
Just an apron? You're lucky I have that on.
Wow.
So you know what? There's a benefit
That's
here.
true.
Yeah,
That's true.
see? So,
What? Okay, so Matt, that's good.
Matt's got no complaints in the sex department. He's got no
Well,
complaints
sometimes we go in the truck.
in the being attractive department. It's just the nonstop spending. So we're going to get to the official ruling, and there's been, God, no shortage of votes here. I mean, we smashed that 100 number within about 10 seconds, but Allie's been tabulating all the votes.
Yeah.
You understand, once we read the ruling here, Petty Claims Court, it is final, and you guys agree as a couple to accept the ruling of the court, correct?
Correct.
All right.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. All right, Allie, whenever you are ready, you can read some of the votes, and then we will announce the winner and loser in this edition of Petty Claims Court.
Well, I think 323 said it best. Matt has lost his money and his dignity today, so he should not lose Petty Claim Court. So, overwhelmingly, the vote is for Matt against Danielle.
Wow.
And 626 and many others say your 8-year lease is up, Matt. You either have to renew the lease or you have to run. And that's your choice.
That sounds like it's a lease buyout. It's not a renew the lease. You got to either buy out the lease or
you got to make a choice.
Right.
And also, Danielle, the wedding's not going to be free. The wedding will cost money. So you have to allow Matt to save up for a ring and a wedding if that's what you really want.
Yeah, how am I
They allow
supposed to
some
buy a ring?
overtime.
He can work more overtime, she said. Wow. All right. Well, listen, Petty Claims Court has ruled. Matt, I think you need to change some passwords.
I think all of them.
All the passwords. Danielle, I would love to meet you guys at some future event we have so we can decide in person. I mean, this may need to be an in-person Petty Claims Court so we can figure out what we're working with here. Because if Danielle...
How suddenly are you suggesting an in-person Petty Claims Court?
I mean, if Danielle's like a 10 out of 10...
I really need to see this in person.
I could change my vote completely. But, Matt, congratulations. For right now, you've won Petty Claims Court.
I'll take it. I've never won anything in my life.
Danielle, you will have to only shop at the remaining Dollar Tree that lives on. Where is that? There's no one left. One Dollar Tree. There's a Dollar.
I'll send you
General.
the address.
Yeah,
Danielle.
we'll get you the address. Man, what a brutal battle that just took place.
Yeah, or you just got to get a budget.
Yeah, that's not fun though because that involves like spreadsheets and math and everything like that.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Well, there you have it. If you would like to be involved or featured in a future Petty Claims Court on KROQ, any issue you're dealing with, could be a big one like that or a small one. That was almost borderline not petty. That
Someone
almost got
said,
real.
how do I still believe that Danielle won at the end of this?
Somehow won.
I think she'll still be okay.
She's celebrating at Sephora. It's KROQ. part of KROQ's Mile High Club. See some justice, and you get to go to the private KROQ show happening Monday at Spotlight here in Los Angeles, California.
Klein, we have been worried about you. Not just you as an individual, but your home life, and particularly your relationship with your children.
They love me. I'm the best.
As you know, and as Omar has saved many clips over the past months and years, it's not like your kids have really that much respect for you, correct? Mm-hmm. Would you disagree or agree with that statement?
Just define respect.
I'll just play it for you.
Right.
Hey. Shut up! So,
right. Yeah, that's
just
right.
with some of the many issues that you've brought to our attention.
Hold on. Before you play all the clips or make me look like I'm an unfit parent, I'll have you know that the last time my wife was out of town and I was single dadding it for like 4 days in a row, I did get a report from my kids in the middle of my parenting, and this is what they said, Allie.
Girls, how has Dad been as a single dad this week?
Report is so-so.
The report is so-so? What does that mean?
We're not good.
All right, so that's the wrong clip.
All right.
I played the wrong clip.
So
really not good. That's so much worse than so-so.
I was talking to Katie about this, and she reminded me that we follow this great account. This woman's name is Lisa Bunnage, and she runs this account called Brat Busters Parenting. And
I
they
know
have
her
a ton
on
of followers on TikTok and Instagram.
Yes.
And they also, she has like courses and coaching, and she has like basically a boot camp for kids and their parents.
I don't need it.
And she has, she's kind of like the Caesar Milan for kids. Like, hey, you know what? Why don't you respect me first, and then we can really respect and love one another. Mm-hmm. But for example, when your kids are fighting with each other,
yes,
what is your go-to method of solving that problem?
Melatonin.
Okay.
For myself.
So here's something that she suggests not to do, where you kind of warn and give empty threats, right?
That's what I do. Empty threats.
Empty threats.
I'm a big fan of the empty threats, but the threats get emptier, but they get more extreme.
Okay, so this is what
You'll
Lisa...
never go to college.
Farther in the future, things that they can't think about.
I go so far into the future.
So this is what Lisa says you should not do.
Don't say before you go, if you fight, we're going home. They already know that. Don't treat them like morons.
Well, if they're going to act like morons, they got to treat them like morons. And
it makes you look like you're afraid of them. If you fight, we're going to go home. Don't talk like that. It's wimpy. It's
okay. That's hitting me a little hard. Right there.
And if they start acting out, say, okay, we're going to go home now. No warnings. Just get up and go.
So you repeat yourself a lot. And so you know, Klein.
From the ages of 3 to 12, their behavior is 100% a direct result of your parenting.
Great.
100%.
They need a leader. Kids without a leader, they're lost. They're more likely to bully. They're more susceptible to peer pressure, the drug dealer on the corner, the internet, the Kardashians. You get the idea.
For the sake of your children becoming drug dealers and Kardashians, I decided to reach out to Lisa and have her on so that she could give you some coaching right here, right now. Lisa, are you there?
Hi.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hi, wonderful. Thank you for being on here and sabotaging. Allie is attempting to sabotage me.
No, this is actually a favor that we're doing. And Lisa, I'm sure you heard some of the things that we were just playing, and I don't know if you already have thoughts, but you've dealt with many parents over the years that, aren't using the best methods to raise their kids, and then it comes back to bite them in the ass.
Yeah. Actually, I was laughing out loud. I never listened to myself. I thought, God, I come across as nasty.
Yeah, but you're a no BS kind of person, right? I mean, and
Absolutely.
That's kind of what some of these parents need, right? Is that everyone's trying to blame everybody else for their kids' behavior, and you're saying it's all up to you.
It is. Now, how old, Klein?
Yeah.
How old are your kids?
Who knows?
Okay.
6.
Okay.
6 and just turned 6 and just turned 8.
6 and 8. Okay.
So they're a lost cause at this point. I'm going to try to make another one soon, and we'll work on that one.
Well, what I teach is, and I think it was Allie. You said that you get respect me first. You said, I don't do that. I give respect before I get it. Because you've got to give before you get. You got to show kids, hey, I'm accountable too. If you're not accountable and you're not willing to be humble and vulnerable and admit when you make mistakes, why should the kids do it?
I'd like to play you a clip, and I hear what you're saying, of my kids clearly respecting me, and this is 10 seconds long, but I would like you to hear this, and then you can respond.
Fat boy.
Why are you calling me that, Sienna?
He called you fat boy. Because you have a fat stomach.
What? I didn't even... You're on your third muffin. I haven't had anything to eat here.
I'm on my first muffin. Fat boy, fat boy.
Okay, now...
So now most of the time, Klein's kid calls him a fat boy. And is that something that's Klein's fault, or is that just, his daughter having some fun?
It's Klein's fault because she's having fun.
Yeah.
She's having fun. You encourage that. No, absolutely. I can tell by that tone of voice that she is encouraged to do that. You must laugh. There has to be encouragement there. She's not trying to be naughty or disrespectful there. She's trying to be cute and funny. I can tell by her tone of voice.
Yeah. Like a lot of times people accuse me, even modern day as an adult, of saying things that are, mean or whatever. But the goal is never to hurt anyone's feelings. Is to have a good laugh, have some fun.
No, but what she's saying is that they're encouraged to say things like that because you're laughing along and they think that that's how they're bonding with you. Right, Lisa?
Yeah, and you also said my goal is never to hurt anyone. No one cares what your intention or goal is. They only care about what you say or do. No one's looking behind the scenes in your brain. So they only react to what you give them. Now, I guarantee you had to have laughed at that for her to do that. There's no way you couldn't have. You must find some joy in what she said. I can tell because of her tone of voice. She's loving it. She's like, wow, I'm just as funny as Daddy is.
Right, much funnier. I wish I was as funny as that kid.
Yeah. Well, what about this
we don't have to play more clips.
And this is some of the other things that Klein's kids have said to him. This is when Klein told them they were not going to Disneyland.
Hey.
Shut up! God damn it! I want to go. He is stupid!
You do that again, you'll be in big trouble.
Stupid man!
You're going to listen. Do not curse. It's not okay. See, I see that? I laid the law down at the end there. You hear that, doctor?
Doctor?
Is she a doctor? I don't know.
Doctor, I'm no doctor.
Oh.
Oh God, no, that was completely different. You got to work on your leadership skills. That's all I teach here. I teach how to get respect, but you got to give it to get it. So you're so inconsistent because you're laughing at some of this sort of rude stuff, and then they go overboard, and then you're not laughing. It's inconsistency. Mm-hmm. So are they funny when they're rude, or are they rude when they're rude? They don't know the difference. Only we can tell. Because that first clip was definitely them trying to be funny. Like, here, aren't we cute? And then the next one, was that real? Was that actually what
yes.
Is that what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was that real? Well, you think that
Is this your real life?
Yeah, that's real, all right.
It's a comedy show, so I didn't know if you were making that one up. But yeah, if that was real, that's just a total lack of respect for you. But that's on you. It's not the kids. Remember, I never fix kids. I fix and teach parents. Mm-hmm. If you're a leader, there's no way they'd talk to you like that because they look up to you. A leader is more like a mentor, someone that makes you feel good about yourself, not someone that you're afraid of or intimidated by or you're worried about, anything. It's more about they want to please you because they look up to you, like a mentor. And most men relate to when I say it's like a really good coach. You ever had a really good sports coach that you look up to, and you really want to please him by playing a good game, and he's just all over you when you do well? Oh, way to go. And he's also all over you when you don't do well. You'll get it next time. It's that. That's a leader to me. It's not about the discipline. It's about the connection and the bond. You want your children to feel like $1 million when they're with you. Guaranteed that in that last clip, they weren't feeling good about themselves.
Well, they lost a fake trip to Disneyland. So understanding that.
Why did you do that? That's so mean. You mean you made up a fake trip? Now I kind of do stuff like that. Did you actually do that? You said we're going to Disneyland and then pulled it out from under them?
Okay, well, not exactly. The reality is we were talking about a story about a woman, Allie, I forget the exact story, but adults that go to Disney without their kids. That was the story.
Right. And what would it be like if Klein said, I'm going to Disneyland, but I'm not bringing them with me?
I didn't pretend they were going. I just said that I was going to go with Mom and without them, and that's how they reacted because some parents actually do that, and it was more of a social experiment. But you can hear in this clip I'll play you when I call my daughter to wish her good luck on her school play. She loves me.
What's up, Olivia? What's going on? Are you ready for your big concert?
Yeah, I have to go.
See?
That's someone who really wants their dad's respect.
That's right.
I mean, in terms of consequences, though, Klein has gotten some criticism from his wife over the way that he tries to give them consequences for bad behavior, right? And some of the things that you've taken away recently have been what, Klein? Pool privileges,
Big Bear.
trips.
Last weekend they were supposed to go to Big Bear. Took that away.
You've taken or threatened to take away Disneyland before, right?
That's been threatened before, but I'm done with the threats now. I'm actually on board with Lisa's plan. I don't threat.
Very specific rules, though, about what to take away and what choices to give them, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't say Mom and I are going to Disneyland without you. So there.
Well,
I mean, you kind of set them up for that. But yeah, I do deal with bad behavior. I don't let stuff go. But attitude is not something you ever deal with. Attitude goes away naturally, organically, over a period of time once you've proved you're a leader. You got to earn their respect. You can't just demand it. You have to command it. But it takes time because you've got history with not getting respect. So they don't trust you right now. Mm-hmm. So let's say you completely changed how you parent. You know how to connect and bond. You know how to deal with bad behavior, right? That's all I teach is how to connect and bond, really. Bad behavior is secondary. So you've got that all sorted out. And then it might be 3, 6, maybe even more weeks after that before the attitude goes away. It's like, oh, you really have changed. So that takes time. But you have to let the attitude go. You did that to them. They're just victims of us between the ages of 3 and 12 years old.
Oh, your phone's breaking up. Sorry.
Oh, no.
I think she's saying I'm doing a great job.
I think that she's saying it's all your fault.
All right. Well, that's it. And does it help when my coworkers are making songs like this, by the way?
Klein's kids hate him.
Shut up!
Klein's kids hate him. Klein's kids hate him cause he's a bad dad.
It's not okay.
I'll kiss you, bro.
Klein's kids hate him.
That boy.
Klein's kids hate him.
Yeah!
Klein's kids hate him cause he's a bad dad.
What?
I want this on the radio. I do not want to do the same on the radio. You are crazy, Dad.
So when you hear a song like that, who's really the victim here? Me, right?
No, your kid.
Oh.
Your what?
My kids, she said.
Your kids are your victims.
Okay, great. All right. Well, I'll work on it. I'm gonna suggest people follow. Yeah, it's never the kids.
It's never the kids.
I know. I'm the problem.
I would love for Lisa to take you on as a client and see how your kids can be so well behaved. Because even the recent incident you had at your school, you got a note from the teacher saying that your kid wasn't listening at school, and Lisa, that's also Klein's fault. Yeah.
Yes, of course, because everything starts at home. Now, the good part about that is that you have a lot of control. You have way more control than you even realize. Mm-hmm. When you set yourself up for as a leader at home, they're good everywhere. They treat everyone with respect.
Yeah.
But if you're making fun of yourself, and there's a fine line there, if you're making fun of yourself and allowing them to be part of that, you're kind of almost sabotaging yourself in a way.
Right, because you're painting a bad picture of yourself for them.
I want to ask my kids what they think of this diagnosis. Go ahead, kids.
That's stupid.
Okay. I'm with you on that. Thank you.
You see, now that's your fault, too.
Okay, great. Okay.
Thank you, Lisa.
All right, this is Lisa. People can find Lisa, Brat Busters Parenting, and she just gave me a honest assessment that I need to work on some things.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you.
The fat boy over here heard everything you said loud and clear.
I'm just stupid man.
I'm going to go ahead and make a note of that. Justice, your tickets to see Justice in 20 minutes here on KROQ.
So long I've been waiting, girl, you know I've been anticipating for the day you'd come my way. Now you're here and I got to say, you're my adrenaline, you're my fire. Girl, you make me wanna reach up higher. No star is too far. Spread your wings as we reach up for the sky. Give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love.
I see the lightning, feel the thunder. Girl, it's time for us to go down under. I've got you, and you got me. Let's get together and make some memories.
Give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love. I got a shoulder you can lean on.
When
Times get bad, don't be sad. Right here by your side. Yeah, yeah. memories. Give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love. Give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love.
Educational show this morning. I had no idea. If you want to see that band right there, want to see some justice, KROQ's got a little top secret show happening in Southern California Monday. We'll get you in and get you on a standby list to go fly over to Denver, Colorado for a second justice show, and you'll have that chance in less than 20 minutes. All you got to do is keep listening and be ready to call 800-520-1067. Someone suggested that I should sneak attack Allie and her wife with a marriage therapist. That would be the equivalent of what she just did to me. Someone said, why are we even listening to this woman? She's not even a doctor. So, good point as well. I will confront.
But you think any smart person is a doctor?
Anyone who's, yes. I feel like you just got to address people properly. We were talking yesterday about the concept of people who listen to our show and then accidentally use some of the many sound clips you hear Omar play over the airwaves.
Okay, volleyball.
In your regular life, whenever things get mentioned that make you think of the show. And that's great. That's all part of the earworms that we're trying to create on a daily basis. Well, apparently it's happening not just for adults, but also for children that are now getting into trouble. These are not my kids.
Sweet dibbits, guys. Just to expand on what the girl said yesterday during your guys' show. I was at school and somebody said, he's a great guy. And I'm like, did he? Great guy like Diddy?
That is a problem. If you're a kid
Diddy, great guy like Diddy.
and someone says, a teacher says great guy, you do not want to repeat the catchphrase great guy like Diddy around here. That will come back to bite you in the ass big time.
Diddy, great guy like Diddy.
Especially in a school setting.
Yeah, and that is an out-of-context clip that Omar's playing from many years ago.
Diddy? Great guy like Diddy? Very embarrassing. And then the teacher said, you guys talk all day, every day. And then I said to my friend, I rip Basti all day, every day. And that was very embarrassing. So, but I love you guys' show.
All right, thank you.
That
We're
kid's great.
Kids love us, adults tolerate us. Well,
Another child victim.
Well, yeah, let's get. Oh no, she's back on the phone. The Brat Busters. Be right back. Quick break. Back with your ADD news. Then we get you on that standby boarding list next.
Klein, World Famous Show. KROQ. Klein, Alley Show. Mornings on KROQ.
KROQ, Klein Alley Show. Let's solve a mystery. A couple days ago, a package arrived after the show. It was a giant bouquet of these live forever flowers that last for a couple of years. They're very expensive. They're sent like a giant, looks like a paint bucket. I think it's officially known as like a hat box or something.
Oh.
I don't know what those things are called, but fancy. And it was arrived and it was addressed to Vanessa. She doesn't want to give her last name. And this, she didn't know where they came from because there was nothing on the card except it said, here, something brighten your day or something.
It
some
said
trash.
smile. Brighter days are ahead.
Smile.
Hope you like these.
Brighter days are ahead. Now, there's been so many interesting developments with Vanessa. You know, Vanessa's single. She lives by herself. Let me give out her address.
She has no protection. There's no building security.
Low windows and no
What
blocks.
are you guys talking about? I have so much protection.
So here's the deal. Vanessa is freaked out because she thinks that maybe she has a stalker. And the reason she thinks this is because she went on a date a few weeks ago with someone, and she said the date wasn't great. So she said to the guy, you can just walk me home and we'll call it a day.
Yeah.
The guy walked her home. A few days later, in her mail, a handwritten note from the guy.
Saying, I really, really like you still.
Yeah.
I want to spend time with you. By the way, get well soon from your surgery.
Right.
And we said that was creepy.
And then he signed his name.
In blood.
In ink, but it was might as well have been blood. It was a creepy signature. Regardless, that happened. And then Vanessa's like, I'm such an idiot. Why did I let the guy walk me home? And a lot of people texted us, especially a lot of women, and they said, word of advice, Never even though it seems chivalrous to be like, let me take you home. Don't do that, especially early.
I actually have a friend who's been dating for a while, and her favorite place she lives in Anaheim. Her favorite place to go on dates is downtown Disney. She's like, you literally have to go through security.
Oh, it's great. Smart.
You are in a crowded place 100% of the time.
Yep.
No one knows where you live or anything. It's just, let's meet at downtown Disney.
Oh, when they open up that Din Tai Fung, I'll be a regular. Soup dumplings all day. So Vanessa is freaking out. And then these flowers arrived. So the first thought she had was maybe it's the guy that also delivered. This guy likes to deliver stuff. Mm-hmm. Then there was a bunch of theories because she recently had a little flirty exchange, we thought, with the new lead singer of Sublime, Bradley's son, Jacob Noel. We thought maybe that was the situation going on.
He's got flower money.
He was here, and he was just here. He knows the address. That would have made sense. We talked about, of course, the Bud Light Bros, because the Bud Light Bros.
Yeah. Vanessa gets around.
She gets around.
I do not get around.
Everybody thinks they have a shot, with you. And the Bud Light Bros let us know that it was not them.
What's up, Klein Alley? It's the Bud Light Bros. Hey, great show today, guys. Hilarious. Just wanted to say, Allie is absolutely right. We are not Vanessa stalkers. As certified cheapos ourselves, we would never spend $400 on some flowers from Chateau La Fleur.
So they're out. They tapped out. They're not involved in this at all. They
Glad
never
we
did
can
it.
mention the flower company.
So they didn't get involved. They cleared the deck. Then there was a lot of theories coming through. Instagram went through all the theories, hundreds of theories pouring through Instagram, text line. Maybe it was this. Perhaps it was that. Maybe it's a security guy at the building. Maybe it was one of the bands. Bands, sometimes they send stuff over, like if we have them in, not because they're trying to sleep with Vanessa, but because they appreciate coming by and coming on the show. And Vanessa's usually the one that does all the emails back and forth. Could have been any of a number of guests that came by recently.
Yeah.
Gwen Stefani. Maybe
I wish it was Gwen Stefani.
I know, that'd be so nice.
That'd be so cool.
Maybe it was a pre-gift from Billie Eilish, who's going to be by on Friday. I mean, it could have been any of a number of things. You don't know.
Right. But it was definitely for Vanessa.
Definitely just for Vanessa. And the message, even though it was vague, did say, here's
that brighter
to brighten
days
your
are
day.
ahead. Yeah.
So
now we have a break in the case.
there is a break in the case. Someone heard us discussing this on the air. And you can see what these things look like. And
From prison.
Inmate number 77357. And he said the following. No, we got a text, for a DM from someone. And they said the following. And I just want to say before I read this, Vanessa, I had no idea how many strangers out there are infatuated with you.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
I'm flattered, but I also don't get it. But thank you guys. But I don't understand.
There it is. That's the attraction
Exactly.
right there.
That's
the
it.
charm. Is that Vanessa doesn't care. She just wants to live her damn life. She's still hung up on some chef that doesn't want to be in an exclusive relationship. And that's what makes her so wanted.
Yep.
Did you drunk text him after your birthday thing?
No.
Hey, guys.
I don't know.
Actually, I don't know.
Because I don't remember.
That was the other theory, that Vanessa was just out and having a wild birthday weekend in Long Beach, and she was drunk and making out with God knows who. And
I
maybe
didn't make out with anyone.
You don't know that.
Hey
I
guys,
know this.
she wrote, this is the DM guy. Hey guys, hope you're having an amazing day. I just wanted to apologize to Vanessa for the mystery gift she received yesterday. I honestly feel terrible for freaking her out. But I honestly just want to do something nice. That's all. And hopefully you guys don't take it apart. Because our theory was it was full of drugs. That was another theory.
That was another great
We
theory.
were going to rip it apart. It was very heavy. We figured it was a drug smuggling thing. Anyway, there's nothing other than that and roses, I promise. No cameras, no drugs, etc. As far as the message, I was just trying to be a nice gesture.
Mm-hmm.
And even though your life is great, you just never know, that's all. But again,
that's creepy.
sorry.
What do you mean that you never know? What are you going to do?
Life is short.
But again, sorry, Vanessa. I did not mean to scare you. I honestly do feel bad. Probably should have signed it. But yeah, again, my bad. And this was just from a...
So this is from a listener that interacts with us regularly on our Instagram, but also could have... Can't you just take responsibility for the flowers?
Right. Well, that's the other thing. Anyone
Can't you
could
be
take
like,
responsibility.
sorry, I spent so much on you.
Right. That's what I would do. That's a great move. You want to slide in to Vanessa.
Yeah.
So anyway,
So you're welcome, Vanessa, for the flowers.
That's right. There, we decided.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
It's a show thing from all of
We
us.
forgot your birthday and we got you these flowers. Happy bright day. Right?
That makes sense now, actually.
Okay.
There we go.
Man, I can't believe she bought it. What a dummy. So I think they're from a listener. Well, at least one guy took credit for them. Maybe.
But now there's a different admirer. It's crazy.
That's crazy. So now we got to give this guy
I think
her
now we're
address.
up to 3 admirers, which is
funny.
a lot.
You have more admirers than the rest of the whole show combined.
Exactly.
Which is so frustrating.
Which is the whole show combined is 0.
Yeah, all we want is an admirer. We have
Just
0.
Guys, please, everyone that admires Ali, Klein, Jake, Omar, Johnny, hit them up. Because I cannot with this attention.
Don't send us flowers, though. Send us
them
food.
flowers.
Part 2 of this is that Jake took those flowers and tried to give them to his girlfriend and hoping it would end his dry spell. We'll get to that later in the show, but it also could not have gone worse.
I heard you listening to some of it and just shaking your head, and it made me so sad. I haven't heard it yet, but it seems like you were very sad for him.
Yeah, we'll get to this later today. We'll come back in a moment, take a look at what's going on in the world together, then the Freeway feud and your sold-out Billie Eilish tickets all coming up. I know you're thinking, man, those two look funny. I'm featuring Bradley Knoll. We are KROQ. This is Klein Alley's show. And if you want to win, in about 5 minutes, we'll open up the phones at 800-520-1067 to send you to Denver, Colorado to see Justice, plus tickets to the KROQ private show happening at Spotlight next week. You get to go to both, or at least get on the standby list for one, and then you'll get access to the other one. And we'll make that happen for you the second we're done with this. Your ADD news. A lot of news been breaking over the last 24 hours, so here we go.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News.
Yeah, I'm going to take a little break from Gene Hackman's death to talk about something else that's going on this morning. If you've been fired recently, you are not alone. Joblessness is growing in this country, and not just in federal jobs, but with all these big chains filing for bankruptcy and hundreds of stores closing down, you might be upset that the economy is going a certain way and not a good way. And here's something that you can do to protest. Apparently tomorrow, there is going to be an economic blackout. And if you participate, here's what you got to do. You got to pledge, and I'm a fan of this, to spend no money tomorrow.
Oh, this is like an El Cheapo. Are you behind this whole thing?
I think every Friday is an economic blackout for me, technically.
Yeah, Allie loves getting through the day and saying to herself, I didn't spend anything. Because it's hard to leave the house at all and not spend money on something.
Even if you're at home.
Right.
You can click and buy something and you don't even think about it. You forgot you even spent the money 5 seconds later.
Yeah, it was not that long ago that all you had to do was stay home. If you stayed home, you were like, all right, I can't spend anything. I'm home. But now it's almost...
Home is dangerous.
You almost have to get out. Home is too dangerous. Get bored, start clicking.
So the economic blackout is basically you're pledging not to spend any money, not in stores, not online, not going to the grocery store. It is kind of cruel that this is scheduled on a Friday, which is payday for a lot of people. But you're only supposed to spend money on essentials like medicine and things you need to stay alive. But aside from that, it's no Amazon, no Walmart, no Best Buy, no nothing.
What's the goal here?
To show the powers that be, the people in charge, the CEOs of the world,
the super billionaires,
that we run things. We're the ones that are controlling the economy, and if we don't spend, then the economy fails.
They'll just wait until Saturday when we all double our spending because we
yeah. Whew, I got through Friday. Crunch, bottomless mimosas.
Yeah, now I'm going to spend more than I would have. I mean, in theory, I get it. It's a good concept, but unfortunately, unfortunately, it's a capitalistic society. We are consumers, and consumerism is got us all by the balls.
And also, it's. Right now, we're all spending more than we have. So it's not necessarily like just because we're not spending Just because we don't have a job doesn't mean we're not spending money, if that makes sense. Think about the people we heard from yesterday on Petty Claims Court. That woman's spending a lot of money. It's not her money. She's spending money that she doesn't necessarily have. And then they're growing in debt because, we're all controlled to spend money regardless.
Well, the
'Cause we have
reality,
credit cards.
the sad and unfortunate reality that I am witnessing every single month is that even to live the same standard of life that you were living last year, 2 years ago, costs significantly more.
Mhm.
And if you're not making significantly more, then at some point,
You're strapped farther and
you're
farther.
strapped, and you go, I can't figure it out. I'm not doing anything different than I did 2 years ago or 3 years ago, but since everything has gone up, except for potentially salaries, you start looking at it and going, it's not adding up the way it used to.
Yeah,
It used to
but
be like
then-
there was a little left at the end of the month. Now it's all gone. And I think that people are experiencing that at much different levels. And, look, there's never been a better time to have side hustles or multiple side hustles. Omar, trendsetter, as long as I've known that guy, he's had 16 jobs. And Omar's theory is whenever you want to buy something in life, find a job to pay for that thing. Supplement. He's like, you want to get a car? Great, go get a car. Find a job that covers the monthly payment of the car. And that's always been his kind of outlook. And I find it very interesting because I've actually seen some financial experts that have echoed Omar's thoughts.
Yeah, you just got to worry about burnout, though.
Well, there's burnout. Burnout is a real thing. But
And then you have no time to enjoy your money.
Yeah, that's right. That's a good point. Yeah.
All right, if you lose your wedding ring, how much effort goes into finding it again? Colin Yost. He's been married to Scarlett Johansson for 5 years, but he's now the host of that new Pop Culture Jeopardy that we were supposed to be on. Remember, we didn't get cast in that?
What happened in that?
He revealed on the show that one time Scarlett Johansson had lost her engagement ring, and he went through 12 different dumpsters trying to find it. And once he got through the 12th dumpster and found nothing, he decided to come home empty-handed, and then she realized that she had left it in her pocket.
Oh, man, that's great.
That was done on purpose, too, by the way.
I'm sure.
You know what I mean?
She's like, whoopsie. Wanted to
by the
test
way,
your love.
Kudos to Colin, whatever his last name is, because he knows what he looks like and who she is.
He's
so
like-
he did the right thing.
Exactly. I'm not going to go through 11 dumpsters. I need to go through 12 for this woman.
But also, if you go through just one dumpster, can't you say you went through 12? Why don't you go through one dumpster?
Have you seen Scarlett Johansson?
Yeah, I would go. Listen, I would go through
100 dumpsters, man.
Right.
But at some point, you have to think, there's no way this is going to be in this dumpster. Like, how many dumpsters are you going on?
All the dumpsters, man.
All of them, Jake. You hide from bears, you find rings. That's what the dumpsters are there for.
I think you probably, Klein, would have gotten a replacement ring and been like, I found it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The fact that he had the balls to go back to that hot woman and say, I don't have your ring.
I know.
I just never would have returned it until I found something.
All right, how fast can you run a mile? There's a lot of talk about this as more people start getting into running because, after all, it is a free workout. And according to some of the experts, a 9 or 10 minute mile pace is enough to earn respect among recreational runners. But there's a breakdown of what a good speed is considered for 1 mile at different ages.
The first time we had to run a mile, I believe, was 5th grade in school. It was a big deal. Everyone had to run a mile, and no one wanted to be the last person in class.
Yeah.
Luckily, we
I
had
still
a
remember the last people.
very fat kid named Philippe. I still remember him as well. We all knew that everyone was going to beat Philippe.
Yeah.
And we all beat Philippe.
I just wanted to get, I didn't want to be the last one, but I also was never a strong runner. So as long as I think the best mile I ever ran when I was young like that was 8 minutes and 30 seconds. And it's because the PE teacher forgot a lap.
Oh, so you didn't, so you didn't really want to run.
And
a
I
mile.
was like,
slow.
woo! Yeah, I was slow.
3/4 of a mile in 8 minutes?
Yeah.
No, that's sad.
God.
I don't even
I
think
was
she could.
12.
I don't even think she could do that now, to be honest.
Excuse me, I ran a mile in under 10 minutes yesterday on the treadmill.
No, see, that's not a real mile. It's a treadmill mile.
What do you mean?
Totally different. Totally different.
It's not different than on a track. It's all flat.
It is.
No, but
different.
the belt kind of helps her feet along.
Yep, the belt helps. You get that constant clock ticking, which is a mental thing. I'm telling you, you couldn't do it. You could not do it in the real world. I know exactly how long a mile is. It's running from this studio to I think it's the Chipotle on Sunset, and I know exactly it's 1 mile to that Chipotle.
Why? Why do you know
Don't
that?
worry about it. I know. So I'm just saying.
Between the ages of 20 and 30, the average good speed for a man is 6 minutes and 37 seconds.
No way!
And
What?
7 minutes and 49 seconds for a woman. And then when you get to your 30s, it goes to 6 minutes and 47 seconds for men and the same time for women. doesn't go up. Then when you reach the age of 40, you can get up to 7 minutes and 14 seconds for a man and 8 minutes, 17 seconds for a woman.
Anything over that is what? Like pathetic or something?
Wait, are these people like tip-top shape or?
I think they're just, he's just saying these are good times. This is like the average good time for a runner at that age.
Hold on, Jake, when you were running D1 track at University of Washington, what was your mile time?
I didn't run the mile. I ran the 400.
No, you're the worst.
God damn it. How many Chipotles is that?
Yeah.
That's 4.
All right, great. Thank you. Thanks for telling us.
I don't know how fast then you are.
We don't know. No one knows. But you don't know what your time was for the mile then? You didn't occasionally?
I didn't run the mile. I ran the 400.
Yeah, but you know how to run a mile. Have you ever timed yourself when you were in good shape?
I'm sure I ran it in 5 something when I was running.
Wow, that's impressive. My fastest mile was like 7:15 or something like that.
That's still good.
Do you think any of us could break 7 minutes now?
Hell no. No way.
Zero chance?
No.
What if there was like a huge cash prize?
Would I be able to train, or I would have to just do it right now?
Like next week.
Physically, I would be impossible. There's nothing I can do physically to achieve that goal.
I think something
unless
would
hopping the car is an
hurt.
option.
Yeah, there would be something that would give in my body.
You think Vanessa could rollerblade a mile in 7 minutes?
Sure.
Oh, yeah. She could kick ass.
Rollerblade, yes, but run it, I'm like a 15-minute mile girl.
Yeah.
What's the cash prize? I'll try it.
15 minutes.
Her legs are so little.
Just take like 10,000.
I think Johnny would have the best chance. But
totally. He could smoke us all.
Johnny, you think you could beat 7 minutes, though, for a mile?
Bro, I'm trash, but I'm down to try it, though, if we want to do it.
I like that pep talk.
Do you run a mile on a treadmill, Johnny?
No, I do it for like 10 minutes, and then I get bored because I can't do one thing for too long, and then I just jump off. So, no.
So in 10 minutes on the treadmill.
Sex life's the same way.
Yeah, same. So Johnny, for 10 minutes on the treadmill, you don't achieve a mile in 10 minutes?
Oh yeah, I could do that. Yeah, but mentally I get bored of just running on the treadmill in place for like 10 minutes, so then I just hop off.
Well, we should figure this out. I think it's interesting. We could all leave after the show, race to that Chipotle. Loser has to buy everyone else's Chipotle.
Can't we all go on the treadmills downstairs?
Let's go downstairs to the treadmill and do a challenge. That's the next video challenge.
All right, we'll think about that. But right now we kick off a brand new hour of the show by making you a winner.
Show 106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Welcome to your pre-Quinn, just after 9 o'clock. This hour, we'll hear from the cheapest person we know. Thrifty Thursday can officially begin when El Cheapo chimes in to talk to us about something that's been on her cheap brain lately. But right now, nothing better than giving away free stuff, especially when that free thing we're giving you is access to a private KROQ show and a potential trip for you to fly over to Denver, Colorado, the Mile High City, and be a part of KROQ's Mile High Club with Justice. Caller 20, looking for you now at 800-520-1067. A lot of people chiming in with their mile times, and people are convinced there's no way Allie could have run a half a mile in 7 minutes.
I didn't run a half a mile in 7 minutes. I ran 3/4 of a mile in 8 minutes and 30 seconds, and yesterday I did a mile in under 10. It was 9:55.
Anytime you guys talk about anything involving running, all I picture is Allie's turkey trot face, and it makes me laugh. So
it's worse than that. Katie said I am a horribly ugly runner.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how to run properly. I have like a weird hobble.
Yeah, we know it. We've got the proof. Right here in the studio, as a matter of fact. Throw that up on the old live stream now so people can gather and enjoy together.
Oh, thanks, Justin.
I'm going to grab caller 20 in just a moment. Oh, what the hell? Let's do it now so we can get into some other stuff. Rihanna?
Yes.
Caller 20 from Thousand Oaks. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're going to see some Justice once and maybe twice, courtesy of KROQ. K-Rock, Klein, Alley Show. It's Thursday. Around here, we call that Thrifty Thursday because Allie gets an opportunity to go ahead and pat herself on the old cheap back for some El Cheapo stuff. And nowadays, maybe more than ever before, people have figured out ways to skimp on stuff. Off the air, Allie was talking about how she's been working on egg substitutes because she doesn't want to actually have to use an egg every time she wants an egg. So she'll water it down with milk or water. It's really gross.
Banana.
Yeah, this is all weird stuff you're doing.
You can use bananas. Yeah, you can use all kinds of different things instead of eggs.
It's time for a very exciting edition of El Cheapo.
It's time to talk to the kingpin of cheap. Here she is, El Cheapo.
Well, this week I was thinking about what were your biggest rent scores that you were able to lock down in your life? Because obviously a lot of people are looking for places to stay right now with the fires and everything. All of these landlords are jacking up the rent prices. Everyone is moving out of Southern California because they're like, this isn't affordable anymore. I mean, there are places that are near us, which is very far out in the valley, where it's like a one-bedroom apartment is like $3,000 a month. And the average person can't afford that. So I wanted to reminisce about the best rent deals that you have gotten in your life. And the one that was my favorite was when I graduated college. There was a friend of a friend who had a room open, and they always knew if somebody lived in that place and they didn't have to go find a new tenant, the rent would not go up. The landlord didn't care as long as there was a new person coming in. They weren't going to raise the rent, and it was $1,200 a month for a huge 2-bedroom apartment with a driveway. This is in New York. And we lived there, and we swapped out people for at least five years of just swapping out different people. But that was my favorite apartment setup because I was like $1,200 a month for 2 bedrooms. Like back then, even that was crazy. And now that place is probably like $5,000 a month. But that was a huge, like you feel a sense of accomplishment when you really get a good deal on rent, and you feel very afraid to let it go.
I drove by a place that I had lived in West Hollywood when I first moved to L.A., and I couldn't believe because they put a sign up, now renting. And they love it when people move out because that's when they can really do the real jack up of the price. And it was like quadruple what I had paid.
What? What were you paying?
Just over 2.
Wow.
And they were asking almost $8,000, just south of $8,000 for the same. Now, maybe they made some renovations on the inside of it and put in new carpeting and made it a little better, I guess.
Gold toilet.
I don't know what they could have done to justify that sort of a raise, but I was thinking to myself, like, man, I should have. That was the first thought I had. Is like, I should have never left that place.
Yes.
I'd probably still be locked into somewhere in the 2s.
I know.
And then I start getting mad at myself. Like, why did I move out like a sucker and have a family?
Right. And Omar, I imagine that you probably had some good deals that you tried to get before you ended up saving enough money to actually buy an apartment complex and rent out and be a landlord yourself.
I'll never forget. The year was 1999. 1996. My second father had just left me to go to his new family.
What a beautiful
and
story.
I was forced to find an apartment in the Silver Lake, Los Feliz area. But it was a pretty fancy schmancy apartment, a 2-bedroom, and it had a little loft area, and all for $550.
What?
Yeah, do you believe that? $550.
Greatest.
Vanessa fell out of her chair.
Right? Vanessa, you okay?
That's just amazing.
Yeah, $550. Yeah, 1996.
There are people occasionally now. It's not often, but you will hear from people that will talk about the situation they're currently in,
and brag
because they are locked into a situation, and they know that in some ways they're trapped like a prisoner because they could never leave. Because for them to leave and even move upstairs or across the street, things would quadruple or whatever. But they've gotten themselves into some sort of a sweetheart of a deal where they've been grandfathered into some sort of a low rent, or the people. I mean, that's always.
Or even buying something. You're like, oh, this person was able to find because there was some other problem, and then this person died, but then they were able to get it for like $200,000 under asking.
If you remember in that show Ozark, they got that sweet house right there on the lake because the old man wanted to live in the basement and die in the house.
Oh, that's right.
But
Great
still,
trade out.
Yeah, I go like, you know what though? That's once you kind of get over the fact there's like an old man living in the basement, kind of dying slowly. That's still a pretty sweet deal. And I've always wondered about the people that have those stories that are like, there was a catch, but it was a great price. But, and then it's insert, it was next to a few.
Landlord might die underneath me.
Right.
Whatever.
But for the right price, I think everyone's got a number where they're like, yeah, that's not the greatest story, but also.
What are you willing to overlook for cheap rent? There are a lot of things. And then, on the text line, people are already pointing out when you lose a place, how heartbreaking is that? Like Jake gave up his place that he lived in for a long time, and he was happy with you were happy with your place and with your rent, right, Jake?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you left, and then now that place is long gone and you're living in a shack.
I had a great
Thanks
deal.
for reminding me.
This according to the text line now. Had an absolute great deal. I lived with roommates. The roommates were a couple and would get into loud arguments every single night for at least 2 hours. But I was paying $450 a month up until recently.
Wow.
Now, that's for a room, but
That's
still,
great.
that's pretty great right there. I could put up with a couple fighting every night. It's probably entertaining at some point.
Oh, totally. The first time I lived in Manhattan, I lived in a really weird apartment where the landlord's stuff was still in the living room. She just had boxes and boxes of stuff, and there were mice, and the woman that I lived with was like a recluse who never left her house, and she always wore one purple glove, but the rent was $700 a month, so I stayed.
I got an apartment for just over $1,100 a month in North Hollywood. The caveat is I had to watch the 2 dogs of the person who lived there because they were moving to Japan for an undisclosed amount of time.
Great.
So you inherit 2 dogs. You get a good deal on rent, but you got to take care of 2 other strangers' dogs.
No problem.
That still seems like a good deal.
I mean, it's the pressure to keep them alive, but still, I mean, when you have a setup like that, then they become your dogs, and it just becomes your way of life.
818, when my aunt died in 2018, she was still paying $383 a month for her home in Los Angeles because she had been paying it for so many years. But think of that for a second. $383
for a home, not a room, not a garage.
So, like, you hear about those stories, and it makes you so envious, so jealous, and so envious. We have to take a quick break because, speaking of homes, this is where we're at now. There's a man with a treehouse. That treehouse is in jeopardy of being torn down.
Jake will move in.
Jake is about to agreed to move over and chain himself to the treehouse. So when we get back from this quick break, we're going to talk to the man in Southern California that is running the risk of losing his treehouse. And we stand in support of the man and his treehouse, and we'll talk about it next.
One of the things that just really shook me was how simple and how powerful it was. Justice sound to me is just so badass and so hard-hitting.
There's like this feeling of wanting to let go. Sometimes you listen to it and you kind of digest what's going on in your life.
It's your only way in to an intimate private KROQ show with Justice.
Hello, we're Justice.
Listen every hour from 9 to 6 to win a pair of tickets to see Justice at a KROQ secret helpful on a Soundspace pop-up. Instantly get on the standby boarding list for a chance to see him again at KROQ Mile High Club Destination 6. A trip to their show at Red Rocks in Denver, Colorado. Keep listening to win. Courtesy of KROQ and Virgin Music. The helpful Honda Soundspace is driven by your helpful SoCal Honda dealers.
All right. Well, this is something I'm sure I'll regret later. But here you go.
Get on with it.
For your entertainment, I guess, why not, right?
Let's do it.
It was a Friday a few weeks ago, middle of January, where I got a call just after the show was ending from my wife that said, do you have my car? And I said, I do not have your car. And she said, well, then it was stolen. And I said, that's impossible. And lo and behold, the car was stolen. Had to go to LAPD. Clearly, it is not a priority because cars get stolen all the time. We heard from quite a few of you that have shared many stories of cars getting stolen, some getting found, some never getting found. And we got to a point where earlier this week, they officially deemed her car a total loss. And through insurance and everything else, we were able to basically, she got her new car over the weekend. So I thought it would be the perfect time to have Jake call her as a police officer. I don't know why I thought this was a good idea.
It's great. It's a great idea.
And so Jake decided to call and say, I know he didn't say he knew she had a new car. I knew that, but that they found her other car and it was in this was her biggest fear, is that she would get her car back in drivable condition, but it would be so disgusting that she would never be able to
drive it again,
even though she would have to drive it again. So rather than be the supportive husband that I try to be on a regular basis, I decided, let's try to do something that could be fun for the show. And already I regret this, so take a listen. This happened yesterday after the show, and I have not stopped hearing about it since.
Hello?
Hello, is this a Danielle Klein?
Who's this?
This is Officer Medina with the LAPD North Hills Division.
Hi, yes, this is her.
Hi, great. I'm calling to inform you that we have found your Land Rover attempting to cross. Yeah, it was attempting to cross the border yesterday.
No way. I literally just went through insurance and I just got my new car.
Oh, well, that's great.
What does that mean, though? I mean...
Well, the good news is it's not a total loss. There are some scratches to the driver's side door. You're going to have to get a couple new tires and wheels. But you will have to come down to a San Diego tow yard and pick it up.
Wow. Okay, this is... so now I don't understand. What do we do?
Oh, well,
Because
yeah,
you're
you'll have
saying
to
we
come
get
down
the
and pick it
car.
up.
And then, do you happen to know if, like, any of the stuff that was in it was left in there? Probably not, right?
Well, there's probably, I'm sure these are not your items, because it appears as if the thieves were using the car as some sort of mobile drug lab. We found
those are not.
Yeah, we found
it would be kids stuff. So
I'm sorry?
it would be kids stuff in there.
Oh, yeah, we found an abundance of paraphernalia normally associated with labs and shoot-up sites, so you might want to hire a professional biohazard team to get rid of all that residue and needles, etc.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that. I guess that.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you mind if I add my husband into this call?
Sure, yeah.
Sorry, because I'm not. Hold on 1 second. Kevin?
Hi.
Hi. You're on with the sheriff.
I'm Officer Medina with the LA PD North Hills Division.
What? Yes, I know.
Yeah, we found your car attempting to cross the border into Mexico yesterday.
Being used for drug paraphernalia.
Well, it appears as if they're using it as a mobile drug lab. Right now, there's an abundance of paraphernalia in the car. It also appears as if they used the vehicle to transport livestock. There's a leftover droppings and feed and a smell that might not be able to get removed in the car. But we did recover a car seat that has also been soiled. And a brown coat was found in the car.
Oh my God!
Were any of those items yours?
The car seat and if it's a brown coat, yes.
Oh, great! Yeah, those are still there for you. But the car is in a tow yard in San Diego, and you might want to pick it up as soon as you can because each day it's a $125 fee that will accumulate.
I guess Kevin, I don't understand this.
Can you go?
What? Me? San Diego?
It's in San Diego?
Is this something that we can talk to insurance? I mean, I don't want a car back either that had drugs in it with kids and drop-ins.
The problem is that they found the car. It's now we have to...
I don't think so with insurance.
Officer, is there a certain amount of days where you have to find it where it's not considered a total loss?
Yes, if we find it within 90 days, it's still your responsibility. So I believe I have it here as January 17th. Is that the day?
I don't know. I don't even know.
This is insane. I've never... But nobody's going to drive around a car with droppings and drug...
Well, you'll be surprised what some of these addicts will do to a car and what they can live with. It is insane. But.
Yeah, I'm not driving around with kids. Like that's considered. We got to get insurance on the phone.
They've gone in the car too, though, before the kids. So.
What?
Well,
what are you talking about, Kevin? He's talking about the new. What are you talking about? He's talking about my old car. Yeah.
Yeah, like I was telling your wife that you're going to have to get a professional to clean for the biohazard and the smell, animal droppings, etc.
Then I'm going to call and see if we can give back the new car because...
No, Kevin, I'm not driving around a car that had drugs all over it and droppings. That's insane. We need to get on the phone with
But we can't have two cars. We're going to have to pay for both cars now because they found it.
I think we need to get in touch with insurance, Kevin, right? Because you can't do anything from
Well, I feel like the first step should be trying to recover your car as soon as possible. Like I said, each day it incurs a fine.
So how much do we owe you to this point?
Well, right now, it's the first day will be... it's not even to me. It's to the tow yard. It'll be $125 per day.
Hold on. We need to get Shim and insurance on the phone, okay?
Hold on. Does anyone on this call's husband work in radio?
What?
I have a wife.
Is it possible this whole thing is a prank?
Kevin?
Mr. Klein.
I love you, baby. It's a prank.
Oh, my God. I hate you. Kevin. No, not okay.
Now you know you don't have to pick up a car in San Diego. She hung up. All right.
It's just Jake sitting by himself.
Oh, man. I'm just alone in a room now.
It took me a second to realize she hung up.
Oh, I can't believe Beetlejuice called your wife.
I don't know
to say the car was recovered.
I regret that, but I'm glad you guys enjoyed it.
of the Klein Alley Show. Cool!
What a fitting message from Milhouse as we get into our next conversation here at KROQ this morning, involving a producer of that show that Milhouse starred in, The Simpsons, and a treehouse that, like a lot of things that we've dealt with in our lives, start because one neighbor complained.
The trouble started when one neighbor got fed up. An iconic treehouse in a Sherman Oaks neighborhood celebrated its last few days on Earth.
I think the treehouse is still standing for now. We will be defending the treehouse and talk to the treehouse owner in a moment. Also, we will offer him, Jake the Nerd, to move into that treehouse, chain himself, because if he's chained
our Milhouse
to the treehouse, then they cannot take it down. I have learned that from watching many movies over the years. I don't think they're allowed to knock down a tree if someone is actually handcuffed to the tree.
Well, and I wonder if the treehouse itself has to be like, does he have to just take off the treehouse part, or you have to cut down the whole tree to get rid of it all?
Here's the story as we talked about yesterday, and then we'll say hi to Rick in just a moment.
The owner decided it was time to tear it down after a long legal battle with the city. That's owner Rick Palizzi. He built the 3-story fort for his daughters 24 years ago. Rick was a producer on The Simpsons, and this is the Boney Island treehouse based on an episode. It's been a staple of the valley. Rick tells me...
Nice grass.
All right, thank you. There's the very important nice grass call. She's missing the point of the story here, which is a man's about to lose his treehouse full of memories, and now Rick joins us on KROQ. Good morning, Rick.
Hey, how are you doing?
Well, we're doing okay. What is the current status of your treehouse?
Well, it's still up. It's a criminal case now, and so we went to pretrial last month. It was such a nightmare. We didn't really get to have our say. City attorney won't drop the charges to tear it down. So the trial is next month, March 12th. So I just said I'm not going back to that court. It was so frustrating and demoralizing. I just said I will tear it down before that March 12th trial, so I don't have to go through this anymore. So it's really up to me. The city's not going to come down and chop down the tree. I just want to take it down so I do not have to go back to court. It's been over $50,000, and going to court would be another $10,000-$20,000, and I just have to cut my losses unless some last-minute miracle happens.
Well, here we are. We're your last-minute miracle, Rick, because we got a guy that we will happily...
Because we have no plan, but
we have multiple plans. One of them involves we'll give you someone from our show to move in there, and then couldn't you zone it as an ADU? They say there's no affordable housing in Los Angeles. If you made that an ADU and let's say put a $1 a month rent on the treehouse, then aren't they forced to let you keep it?
Not really, because they say I don't have the permits. They're calling it an ADU. They want me to go to all these stringent requirements for an ADU, and I keep telling them it's not. It's a 110 square foot treehouse, and they just don't seem to want to give me a permit or budge. So I need to just stop all this madness. Hopefully something can happen. Because I was saying, if I put a homeless person in there,
Jake's not
me to
homeless.
keep it.
Yes, you'd right. Yeah, that's exactly right. If you had a homeless person living there, then you would be it would be illegal for you to take it down.
Yeah, you can't. Yes, exactly.
But who's to say someone who couldn't just start living in there out of your control?
Well,
and then
I mean, there's no bathroom. There's no plumbing. It's not habitable. That's why it's just odd.
You got any bushes?
I know, sounds great.
Yeah,
Jake,
there's a window in it. So
Jake, is that a
I
deal
can do
breaker
that.
for you, Jake? No bathroom, no plumbing?
As long as he has bushes around the house.
All right, so problem solved.
There you go. There you go.
And the other issue here is that it's a neighbor that ratted you out. That to me makes the whole thing so much more annoying, because whenever a neighbor rats out a neighbor for something, what is their issue? That they think it's an eyesore, that you can perv into their backyard?
No, nobody thinks it's an eyesore because it's nicely done. It fits in with the aesthetic of a neighborhood. It looks like a cool treehouse. It's not just a bunch of plywood tacked up on a tree. It's really nice. They hated that we had this Halloween display here that was a free, Halloween, free family friendly Halloween display, and constantly calling the police on us. We now do the display called Boney Island over at the Museum of Natural History as their fundraiser. But boy, if the city can't help me deal with this treehouse, I don't know. Is it worth doing a fundraiser for the city at the museum?
Right.
The other thing
sounds like a
is,
threat. I like that.
It's
good.
I can't get this permit, but they keep saying for all these fire victims, they're gonna expedite all these permitting processes.
Right.
I can't get one for a treehouse for 2 years, so it's just been a nightmare.
And is this neighbor specifically? Have you fought with this neighbor over other things? Like, is this just an a-hole neighbor in general?
Yes. Yeah. No. Just a paranoid woman who's constantly looking out her window and doesn't want anybody near her house on the street, and it's just a mess. Just a wacko.
But every treehouse would be under the. Is it the size of the treehouse that matters? Like, why is your treehouse being attacked and nobody else's?
We had to go through a zoning approval, so that cost us $40,000 in 4 years. So we got it approved to get zoning. They just said get the building permit, which I thought would be just easy to do, and that's been the holdup. So we're close to the goal line. They just keep throwing different obstacles in the way.
If you can find anyone that has any ties to any Native American blood and open a casino in that treehouse, I think you're okay. I don't know if you've looked down that path yet.
It's got room for like 2 slot machines.
All right, that's all you need.
I'm up for that.
There's all these little rules and like weird little Easter eggs in the laws that you would think, right? You could find something like all of a sudden, you take a family that's been displaced by the fires, let them live there temporarily. Then all of a sudden, the neighbor would be the terrible neighbor that's trying to displace a family for the second time. It seems like there's a solution we could come for. I mean, I'm looking at our text line. Overwhelming support for you in the treehouse.
917 said, I lived in this neighborhood with the treehouse for 5 years, and it brought me so much joy to pass it on my walks. F the city, this is ridiculous. I mean, would you, Rick, be interested in if we staged some kind of like a day where all of us came out and, like linked arms and did some kind of a protest?
Maybe we could get a KROQ band to play your treehouse.
Yes.
I'm all ears. I'll listen.
I mean, that would really upset your neighbor.
proposals.
A loud band performance from the treehouse would really bother that woman.
Probably so. Yeah, probably so.
Maybe we can figure out.
We have tons of support, and everybody seems to be rallying around it. So that's what makes me feel good. But I am not going back to trial.
Well, what is your plan to cut down? You're saying that you're going to take it out of its misery yourself before it goes back to trial. But that means you would be basically in some ways surrendering, right? The memories
Correct.
and everything.
Yeah, that's what. Well, yeah. I mean, I've spent too much money on this already.
Yeah,
it's silly to keep going, and that's why I'm saying I just have to stop the bleeding. $50,000 is enough to spend to try to save this, and to go back to trial next month is going to be another 10, 20, and that still doesn't guarantee that I get to keep it. So,
is this a bigger tree drama than the lemon tree between Springfield and Shelbyville?
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah.
To me it is.
Interesting for a Simpsons producer to say that. Wow.
Man, no wonder my dad never built me a tree house.
Yeah. It
seems like a big
Who
problem.
would think it would cause this much dang trouble?
Well, 818 said, I'm a clerk for the county building and safety office, and I'm going to ask our inspector what we can do. So there are people that are listening that are on your side, and hopefully we can help you.
Oh, that's great. I would. I'm listening to anybody who has any solution.
We've had quite a few people that have come on our show over the years that have had issues, and the right person happens to be listening at the right time, and they're able to make a couple of calls, and all of a sudden problems go away. So someone else pointed out, is there any chance your neighbor is old or sick, and maybe she dies before the treehouse has to come down?
No, it's in the hands of the city now, so it doesn't have anything to do with the neighbor. The neighbors.
She just started it.
So,
right.
Yes, exactly. And that was 7 years ago.
Oh.
So it's been this long battle.
All right.
Very frustrating.
Well, Rick, we support you. We support the Treehouse. We support the Simpsons. And we hopefully can put something together, and maybe we do a great, exciting benefit there with a huge concert in your backyard, which I'm sure your house is not properly zoned for either, but who cares at this point, right?
Not. But, thank you so much for all the coverage. Well, I really appreciate it. Man. You don't know what it means.
All right.
I really appreciate it.
That's Rick, local man, trying to do right. Seems like he's bringing a lot of joy and happiness to the neighborhood, the Sherman Oaks community, and yet they're trying to shut down his treehouse. Well, we won't stand for it.
Hashtag save the treehouse.
Live on KROQ.
Alley Show. Mornings on KROQ. And evenings on OnlyFans.
Wait, what? We are? Oh, cool. Hey, would you like to join us for some takeaways? Perhaps you heard something on today's show that will stick with you. Valuable life lessons or just dumb things that we've said that you'd like to remind us about. 800-520-1067. Call, text. Do some takeaways and wrap up the show next. And then turn it over to the great Nicole Alvarez, who brings with her 40 minutes nonstop KROQ. It all starts after this. Thank you, Lincoln Park. KROQ Klein Alley Show comes to an end for now, but fear not, KROQ continues all day long with more chances to get on that standby boarding list to see Justice in about 20 minutes and all day straight up through 6 p.m. with Nicole Alvarez, Megan Holiday. In fact, you'll get on the standby list, also get some access to the KROQ private show happening Monday at Spotlight with Justice. All right, let's do some takeaways, and then we will officially get out of here, at least temporarily. Tomorrow, remember, we got Lie Day Friday. Our buddy with the lie detector machine will be in here. So we got that to look forward to. One of us will be, a couple of us actually, will be strapped down. And all of the questions you've wanted answered will be answered. So don't be a stranger. If you want specific things asked on the lie detector test tomorrow, you can get on the GOAT line, 844-956-GOAT, or you can DM us, Klein Alley Show. We'll make sure your questions get included. Also, we may be doing a high-voltage food review tomorrow live on the air as well with that $20 strawberry.
From Airline, yeah.
So here we go. All right, takeaways from today's show. What do we got?
626, my takeaway when it comes to pouring Kahlua in your coffee, blame it on the veto.
Blame it on the veto. Whenever you got anyone to blame anything on, you got to blame it on the veto. We learned that today during a little round of Mother Knows Best, and if you missed it, recommend you check out the podcast. We learned all about a lot of very intimate details in a relationship between Marissa and her mom.
818, my takeaway is Allie is no longer the hottest person at the YMCA. That's true. 909, my takeaway is Foster's Donuts has the best cornbread.
Period.
310, my takeaway is ain't no time for jibber jabber. And 909, my takeaway is Marissa's mom's vibrator is black.
Yeah, we did learn a lot about Marissa's mom. More than even Marissa, which was not the goal when we had the Mother Knows Best game. Omar, you got a takeaway?
Yeah, my takeaway is this.
Law enforcement raided Klein's home. They turned up more than 100 sexually explicit photos and videos of underage girls on his electronic devices.
Not my phone. Different Klein. Spelled differently probably, too.
But again, Klein is a perv, but not a murderer.
Thank you very much. Let's remember that. Perv and murderer are very different. Jake, got a takeaway?
Yeah, when you're at a frat party, you're kegging Klein.
That was the name of that guy. That's right. Kegging Klein. Not to be confused with me. Allie, takeaway?
My takeaway is this show can help save a treehouse or help someone at least almost return a recliner.
Yeah, we did a lot of good today.
We did.
A lot of bad, but also a little bit of good in the mix as well. Have a great day. Do it tomorrow. Try to do it better. We will see you then. Bye.
That they feel that they feel that